I think we're live.
We're live. We are. I see it. It says live.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
9 seconds. Hey, everybody.
Hey, welcome to the chat. Welcome to Indie Comics Interviews tonight. We have a evening. We may get a visit from our co-host, whose birthday it is tonight, Brian Krischkow. He may grace us with his presence. But if he does, it's very unlikely he'll be sober.
Drunk Brian's the best Brian, though.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he froze. Well, it looks like I'm taking over, Clint.
Yeah, it's Mandy's show now.
My show now. You're back.
You're back. And you're back.
My internet's a dick. So
mine's pretty choppy too.
Well, it's okay. So I'm on the West Coast, and ever since the fires started,
oh gosh,
you know what I mean. The internet has been acting up. You know,
you guys are dealing with like brownouts and stuff, right?
Yeah, we have that too. Yes, yeah. So they've actually, anytime that there's an area that they feel it's a risk, they will shut the power down in that area entirely. Yeah. It is
like
it is
not to tease California, because California has had it rough, but I saw the headline of what was it, going towards electronic gasless cars, wthat electronic power is like not necessarily available to everyone all the time.
Yeah, that won't be. That's not going to happen.
It's like a decade away.
No, it's not going to happen. It's just talk.
Is that what? Okay.
Yeah, just like there's still tape cassettes. There's still 8-track tapes. You know what I mean? It never goes away. You know,
right?
This is America. You know, they're not going to take away our gasoline. You know what I mean? They're not going to take it away from us because there's still too many motorcycles, too many cars that are going to run on gasoline. Nobody's going to convert their classic cars to, you know what I mean? They're not going to
political talk to kind of.
There's nobody going to convert their work truck to electric. Come on.
Oh yeah.
That work truck's going to have a whole lot of horsepower. You know. No.
I'm going to tow my boat down to
the. Those electric cars can barely make it up the freaking hill to go into the beach. You know what I mean? The steep. You know, it's like no. You know, it's some of them are real powerful. Some of them are not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and then if you've ever had like say an electric razor, okay, when you first get it, it's awesome. Oh, yeah. It'll shave anything, right? A year later, that thing's wore out.
A year later, it's just grabbing the end of whiskers and then just pulling on them, and you're like tugging them out.
Yeah. Now, imagine if that thing was gas powered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The blades go out before that.
I drove in a Tesla car one time, and I gotta say, it was freaking amazing.
Tesla cars are an exception, though. But again, those kinds of engines will not. They're not lubed engines. They're not going to last. You know what I mean?
Dude punched it on the freeway, and you felt it. You went back into the seat. It was a pretty sweet ride, but it was also like $130,000 car.
Yeah.
Right.
I like those egg cars. They're cute.
Which
I would drive. I think they're just called smart cars or something. They look like little eggs. I saw a hot pink one the other day, and I was like, I need one of those.
Now I've ridden in one of those little smart cars. We're basically it's like a little, like, looks like a teeny tiny Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's basically a toy. If you got hit by something that was big, yeah.
Like, they're neat, but like they're as expensive as a full-size compact, which is like, then why am I not getting a cheaper car if it's a smart car and smaller? But then if you got into an accident,
I'm more in favor of hydrogen cars, because people are like, the hydrogen bomb. No. Actually, if you hit and puncture a hydrogen tank, you know what I mean? If you have a flame, it's not going to explode. Right, it's just going to make a really big fire.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
I'm not even familiar with those.
Well, no, the hydrogen tank, right? Like, say, okay, if you shot it with a bullet or something like that, you might create an explosion, because you would push fire into it and then it would explode. But the way those tanks are designed is that if they're punctured or there's something like that, the gas comes out, right? And if that gas catches fire, the design of the tank, if a fire implodes, it just eats up the gas inside and just pushes it out faster. You know what I mean? So you'll just have a big mess of fire everywhere. You know, like as if like you just took a bunch of gasoline and spread it on the road and just lit it all on fire, but then it would all go away real quick. You know what I mean? What's up, Peter?
That is fun. Peter, we got VIP. Hail.
Yeah, VIP. Yeah, so you know what I mean. So, but I would like to see everything converted to hydrogen, because hydrogen, when you do burn it, it is even more explosive than gasoline. So you actually would have more horsepower. You could actually go faster in a hydrogen car.
Wyatt's here.
But then after the fuel's burned, you know what I mean, it doesn't make like a nasty black smoke that makes you choke. You know what I mean? So
I just want my car pink. I don't really care what kind it is as long as it's pink.
I'm not a car guy. I like small cars that get good gas mileage, and that's about it.
I'm totally a gearhead. Totally.
No.
I
bought a Geo Prism, and because it was a cheaper version of a Toyota Corolla, and I was super pissed because my wife made me sell it, and I had it for 19 years, and I wanted to drive it for 20 years and put collector plates on it. And so she made me sell it in 2015, and then I got a real Toyota Corolla. So that's the kind of car guy I am.
I currently drive a conservative car for the first time in my life. I bought a Ford Explorer because I was engaged to be married to a woman who had 2 kids and elderly parents.
Oh, sure. Explorers are nice.
Yeah, so I bought a car that would fit a whole family of people.
Nice.
Of course, we ended up breaking up a few months after that. And
totaled his Geo Prism.
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
Oh, no, not total. No, that's not cool.
No.
Totally, it's not cool. No, that's bad. Don't do that.
Not on purpose, anyway.
Yeah.
I like your hair, Mandy.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, she's got it hella long now.
I do. I got extensions because I saw Drew had longer hair than me. And that's not okay. That is not okay. Right? Well, I drive a minivan, and I cruise around in a minivan with Dora playing on the back at all times. That's
I named my car Dora. I named my car Dora. Well,
because you're going exploring. Nice.
I don't rip on people with minivans because I used to work part-time for Enterprise, and literally the sweetest rides we had were the minivans.
Right? I feel stupid driving it, but it's comfortable, and I got so much room.
Oh yeah, nice. So you get comfy in there. You just kick back. You got the captain's chair. You got the shifter up on the dash. No, they're sweet rides. And if you drop the pedal on a minivan with the weight on it, you'll peel out coming out of any intersection. I've peeled out many a rental minivan, and felt super cool doing it.
I can imagine that. It's not hard to peel out something with a weight imbalance like that.
Exactly. My recommendation from working at Enterprise is do not buy a used rental vehicle.
Yeah. I've seen a fat man peel out in a golf cart. Let's just put it that way. So it's a fun thing. So okay, so Pirate Queen. This
huge chunks of the planet. Did you like me and Pete's conversation this morning, Mandy?
Yes.
Where nobody gives a shit about us. Me and Pete had our little sob session together.
Yeah.
We felt real bad for each other.
I felt bad for y'all too.
Yeah, I bet.
I shed one tear, just one. But
one
lovely teardrop.
Did you see some garbage along the ditch?
The highway, yes.
Yeah.
That can sitting there on the road.
Yeah.
Made me cry.
Those bastards.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty cool commercial back in the day, but by today's standards, it's like, what's he crying over?
Are you playing Candy Crush?
No, I'm actually promoting this video.
Oh, I thought you were playing Candy Crush, and I was going to help.
Well, that is nice of you. We appreciate that.
We do.
Yeah, I got to tell people on Facebook that we're alive and kicking, so that they can find us and they can learn about Pirate Queen.
That commercial, like kids who aren't even from that generation know about that commercial. Like it lasted over time.
Yeah,
I know. Now they would have to they wouldn't be able to use it. I mean, because look at Land O'Lakes. Like they had to take that Native American off. So they
but it wasn't. They weren't commercializing the Native American. They were actually, Native American. They were saying the Native American respects the land, and that's why.
Yeah.
SJWs don't care if it makes sense. SJWs don't care if it makes sense.
I think you're right.
They would just bitch to bitch because that's what they do.
I was just saying, like, white guys have to finally feel like what it was like for women back in the 70s. It's like if you're going in for like a job interview and there's like, let's say a woman interviewing for the same job for you, and let's say she's African American and LGBTQ. If you're a straight white guy, you might as well just walk right out of the interview because you don't have
except no one's going to tell us to get up and turn around.
No.
Let me get up, pivot. Let me turn. Just give me a little spin. Give me a little spin.
Hey, if he gets me the job, I'll spin like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll do a little dance. You want me to twerk?
Yeah.
That not to sound sexist, but that's one thing that a lot of people overlook, and it's something that I kind of like think about it, and it's like an old argument. Like back in the 60s, it was what they said all the time. It's like women want equality. It's like, fuck, men don't even have equality with each other. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like equality is a false scenario. Now maybe women seem like they don't have equality because they got a late start on the game. You know what I mean? On the race of the sexes, and you know what I mean? But it's like, just so you know, there's guys that got a late start in the game compared to other guys. You know what I mean? So it's like, so the perspective for people who are wondering why a lot of guys hate that scenario is because they see it through that prism. They see through, look, like I fucking have to work for the shit, and they're just going to give this fucking girl an advantage because she's a girl, and because she's, they want to make it all fair. Well, make it fair for me too, goddammit. You know what I mean? That's what, and that's what they feel, and that's what they say, and I hear it all the time, and I understand the argument. However, at the same time, they're not thinking about making the landscape just, because in all reality, if you make it plain for everybody like that, bring it up to where it's like that for the women, eventually the guys will also get the benefits of that equality, that justified parallel. It just won't happen as quick. So the sucky part is they will be last in line. But at least they're in line.
And the false thing about equality is, I think,
doesn't justify it for anybody, does it?
I think everybody has the idea that like equality equals like everybody treating each other equal and wonderful, and like in reality, I think equality is like everybody treating each other like trash equally. It's like,
that's more like it. Everybody's fucked together.
Nobody's going to be nice to each other in this beautiful, wonderful world. It's like everybody equally gets treated like crap.
Yeah. Well, the truth of the matter is equality in all is a false perception, because everybody has advantages over the next person. You know what I mean? Depending on the scenario, there's all kinds of advantages out there. There's the Pirate Queen right there. She's got two big old advantages popping out in the front.
And Peter's cakes are epic.
You know what I'm saying? And she uses them in the book. So it's not like it's a secret. Those are advantages.
Not by accident. Didn't accidentally draw it that way.
Yes. So,
whoopsie.
Since we have drawn attention to the book, why don't we watch this video real fast, and then you guys can do your elevator pitch? How's that sound?
You bet. Get ready for action and adventure with the Pirate Queen. Join the crew of the Star Raider as the Pirate Queen leads them in search of treasure and riches across the galaxy. This will be a 60-page book with lots of extras, including prints, trading cards, bonus Pirate Queen art book, and original sketches by the artist. Don't miss out on all the fun. Written by Mandy Summers with art by Clint. Pirate Queen. My awesome segue into the music.
Nice.
I was so excited about those sparklies that went around our names at the end. I'm like, ooh, this is a cool effect.
I like the sparklies.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how well this does. I mean, you guys have already just got a short start already. You're already at $7,600. That's
been a good week. It's been a good week.
It has.
That's really cool. So would you say your second week was better than your first?
No, our first day kicked ass. I mean, we took off.
Yeah.
We took off big the first day, and then but I would say overall the first week then slowed down a little bit, and now the second week really seems to have picked up again. So sometimes that middle you get that lag, obviously a lot of but like this second week has really kind of kept rolling, which is really nice. It's been awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm hoping for a pickup on mine. The first week, like the first 2 days, I had a good like you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling that a lot of people are confused that this is a different campaign than Chapter 1. You know what I mean? I think because there's not too many people out there doing a book with the same name and then they list the chapters. I see, yeah. So because people are not used to seeing that, I think they're not absorbing it. You know what I mean? So they don't realize there's another.
Did you think about doing like book 2 or anything like that? I know.
Well, volume 2 is Rise of the Pirate King. That is book 2.
So that's right there. Yeah.
So and then chapter 1 is technically issue 1. Chapter 2 is issue 2. Chapter 3 is 3, 4, and then chapter 1 of the next book will be issue 7. You see. It's just it's just the floppy and then the combined thing approach. I mean, it makes more sense if it was on a comic book shelf. You know what I mean? That's what they're used to seeing there. You know what I mean? But in the crowdfunding market, people are not used to that for some reason. So.
Wyatt just freaked out.
Yeah, Wyatt's making me laugh because he's like, "Oh crap! I actually have a wrench. You got to shake it at people, Wyatt. Shake it, shake the wrench. Let them know. Let them know what's up."
You can do it. I think you may have frightened Wyatt.
Wait, what's
to work, Peter.
I have no problem if women want to exclude white men. The real problem is that they don't allow white men to associate together in the same way. That is the real oppression. Right.
If you come to bars out in the middle of nowhere in northern Minnesota, white men still associate just like the Aussies do.
Mm-hmm. In the South, they do too. And that's the thing, that's my issue with it is those women that are like that are like white man bad, they're like chihuahuas. They're really, really loud and they outvoice normal women like me that love men. I love guys. I love hanging out with y'all. I don't care what color, but I mean, I love hanging out with guys. I don't want y'all to change and become sweet and weird. I like my guys to be guys. So yeah, but their voice is so loud that I think it gives off the impression that is how most women think. It is not. Yeah. That is a select few women that are they're hateful. And if they weren't bitching about y'all, they'd be bitching about something else because they like to bitch. They want to be miserable.
Yeah, that's just of the world.
it's always the more sensational of the crowds that get the attention.
Right? Yeah. What is it? The squeaky wheel gets the oil or gets the grease or whatever. Yeah.
Just try to outshout everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. But that is not the women I know. That is not what we believe. That is that's SJW crap. Oh god.
Nice. Yes. That's awesome. oh, there is a guy. Look at him. Pepper. Oh, that is awesome. We're all cat people, apparently.
So cute.
She's a good girl.
Yeah.
I heard, and I don't know where I heard it, but I heard it recently, and I didn't know that. Did you know that all calico cats that are the color of Pepper right there, if they're that color, they are female?
All calico cats are female.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, there are the occasional male calico, but they're sterile.
Really?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Occasional.
Wow.
I didn't read that. Wasn't on the popsicle stick or wherever I read that. I think it was on. Like, I have these little things that I put in my kids' lunch boxes, and they come with like a really lame dad joke wrote on them, and then also like a fun fact. And I think that was one of the fun facts that was on one of the lunch boxes.
Yeah, I did not know that.
And do you know that a lot of people don't know how to identify a calico? Do you guys know how to identify a calico? I mean, there's real obvious ones like the like Pepper. She's a real obvious calico, but like there's some calicos that are not so obvious. Like there's calicos that have no white on them at all. There's what you call a tortoise shell calico, and they have lots of big black blotches, like in a. And then there's what they call a brundle calico.
Okay.
Which is a lot like what Pepper is on her back. She's kind of a combination of a brundle and a typical calico, and then what you would call a typical calico would be blocks of color, but see the calico have the brown in their block patterns, right? So if they just have black and white and they're blocky, that's considered a Jersey, right?
I call those cow cats.
Cow cats, a Jersey, right? Jersey cow, exactly. And then if they have brown in those, then they become a calico, right? And then there's all kinds of. But what makes the calico is the brown.
That's crazy.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a rusty color. Yeah. In fact, I actually named one of my calicos in the backyard Rusty because of that.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, we got Rusty.
We only have black cats in this house, so.
Yeah, I have a black cat in this house too. His name is Sirius Black.
Ah, nice.
Oh, so cute. I have 3 orange, like they're light orange and dark orange, and then the one girl is calico with white, brown, black, and a little bit of orange.
Yeah,
so nice. I got lots of cats.
Yeah, the brown and orange is considered the same color on a calico, but because the what you would call an orange cat really kind of like is more like a red and yellow, like striped, like a red and yellow stripes.
It's got little stripes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So they're really kind of more of a yellow cat with like dark, like a red stripe, orange stripe. It's really weird because it's like, I call it like a goose from Captain Marvel was, right?
Right.
Yeah. I call my cat who's that color outside. I call him Garfield. So.
Oh, cute. Do you have an Odie?
No, I don't have an Odie.
You need an Odie too, and a Pookie. Do you have
I do not have a Pookie. Although those if I had a dog Odie, and then if there was a kitten that was gray like that, I have one out there that's like that. I should have named it Normal instead of named
it yes.
Yeah.
Normal was cute. Somebody sent me like the old Garfields to watch.
I was going to
And
say that's the one who would always try and love on Garfield, right? And
Yeah, before there were Garfield cartoons, the comic strip got put into booklets, and that's what I used to read all the time when I was a kid. My mom would.
Oh, there were so many of those books.
Yeah,
the
I had
little long rectangle books.
Yes.
I used to make my mom save the funnies from the newspaper, Sunday newspaper, and that's where I would read like Garfield and stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I actually had a collection of funnies that my mom didn't know about, and then when she found it, she get mad. There was probably about 4 or 5 months of Sunday funnies all folded up. You know what I mean?
Collected them.
Yes, I was collecting.
Oh yeah, I love the Sunday cartoons.
Yeah,
Beetle Bailey, Charlie Brown, Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff was awesome. There'd be like semi-adventure one as like Prince Valiant would have like one big pin-up and then like a bunch of narration. Rex Morgan MD. It's like, who's reading Rex Morgan MD about like this doctor? was super well drawn, but it was just about this doctor. It was like a soap opera cartoon, 3 panels. And I'm like, what was the audience for Rex Morgan MD?
I don't know. I tripped out because I was a big Bloomsfield fan, but I didn't understand it because I was a child. You know what I mean? But
I loved Opus.
Yeah, because it had Bill the Cat. It was hilarious to me.
Yeah. That cartoon was awesome. Milo and the skinny kid and Opus and the Tack and Steve Dallas.
Yeah, Steve Dallas. Yeah,
I thought Steve Dallas was the bomb, man. I was like 12 and I'm like, Steve Dallas is cool. I want to be a drunk asshole when I grow up.
Right.
Mission accomplished, by the way.
Congratulations, your wish came true. Look at you go.
So let's get the elevator pitch for Pirate Queen. It seems like everybody knows it, but there's probably some people watching right now on Facebook that have no idea. So.
Awesome, Clint. You want me to do it, or you want to do it?
I'm fine either way.
Well, you do it.
You start it, and then I'll take over halfway. We'll see how it ends up.
All right, let's try it like that. So
you take me out, take me in.
All right. You ready? Be ready to be clapped in. All right. So yes, you guys, this is our new book, Pirate Queen. This is a book that I am writing, and Clint is doing the art on. Basically, what you are looking at is Ava Bloodstone is our Pirate Queen, and like every pirate, she gets into shit constantly getting into trouble. She's got the Federation coming after her. She is about to meet up with her greatest villain yet in this book, which is Commandant Raylo, who is a blue-haired, bitch, basically. And what you are going to have happen here is action. The most action-packed book, you guys. I swear we do not have anything that is just kind of like boring. No, there is shit going on this entire book because she's thieving, she's doing pirate stuff, and she's getting in a lot of trouble. She also, as you can see, she's very well endowed. She is also very confident in that, and she will use the girls to get herself out of trouble sometimes when it is necessary. Sometimes when you got an army of guys trying to catch you, a little woo can help you out and get you out of said trouble. So yeah, it's just a really, really fun book. Very action packed. Clint, I'll let you take over.
Pirate Queen makes the Road Runner or Road Warrior look like Steel Magnolias. So
yes,
there's a ton of action in it. Yes. And it also makes the Road Runner look like Steel Magnolias, but that's a different thing. So no, it's sci-fi.
The Roadrunner with laughter through tears. That's what I'm trying to picture right now.
but sci-fi adventure, galaxy spanning, nonstop action with the Pirate Queen and her crew on the Star Raider. You get to meet her crew and like the adventures she's going on. She has the Galactic Federation of Imperial Unions after her, which is kind of my take on any. It makes fun of like the Empire. It makes fun of the Federation. It makes fun of all these giant military space forces, and it kind of goes hand in hand with like you mentioned tongue in cheek, and we kind of poke a little fun at all of the Star Trek and Star Wars kind of genres, while still having like a full adventure story with the Pirate Queen. But there's little nods to this and that people that enjoy sci-fi will recognize and kind of get a little kick out of. That kind of just a little extra fun added on to the adventure of the Pirate Queen. So 60 pages, full color. We got a lot of extra perks on it. We've got an art book that does contain adult content. We have a digital backup story that does contain a digital adult content. We got sketches available, original art sketches. So lots of extras in the reward tiers. You guys can check all those out. But just a fun comic book. You're going to read it and just have a little escapism from the old Corona year of 2020 sitting in your house all day. So that's kind of what we're shooting for, is just fun and adventure.
Yes. It's fun. It is a very fun, action-packed book. It's very 90s. You're gonna love it. You guys will love it.
I'm a child of the 90s, so that's kind of where a lot of my art influences came from. So I was very hardcore in the 90s comics.
I kind of get the feel as if you guys like took like the comic medium and threw a Mad Magazine swing to it. You know what I mean? It's kind of what it.
Yep.
Just kind of like a little bit of like they would do the parodies of like the Star Wars, or and there's a new movie coming out, and a little bit of a nod towards that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
just having fun with the genre.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so fun to write too. It was so fun. And oh my god,
Mandy's story is awesome.
Thank you. No, it was
fun to draw.
Yeah, you're drawing sexy women. Of course, it was fun to draw. Are you kidding? You're drawing the best piece of art ever, which is a woman. So, right?
Can you put my? I don't know. Like I haven't done a lot of these yet. Can you put my screen on instead of my face? As I'll pull up the double page spread I'm working on. I don't know. Does that show then?
No, you have to share your screen.
Oh, okay. Share screen.
There you go. And then he can blow that up.
Does that work?
When if you click share screen and then select the screen that you want to share, that will work.
Oh, okay. See, like again, I haven't done this too many times.
You're good. We're getting you.
We're training you. We're training you.
Yeah. By the time we're done with Pirate Queen, you're going to be a pro. You're going to be like, what? I know what I'm doing. Shit. So.
Entire screen. Why is it not working?
Mandy, long hair works for you, by the way. I've never seen your hair I've seen your hair like, past the shoulders, but I've never seen it this long. No, the really long hair works for you.
Well, thank you. This is your fault.
I'm assuming it's still not up there.
I'll take credit for that. So just make sure you tell everybody, like when they ask, say you like, blame Drew for the long hair, then like, oh, well, tell Drew I said thank you, and I'll go back his book.
Yes, yes, we will do it. We'll do that.
You gonna get that shared anytime soon?
He's working on. He's got this.
I know. I'm just giving him hell because
I'm not sure that I do.
All right, it's really simple. Like down at the bottom where you see the share screen, right?
Yeah.
Right in the center, you click that, right?
Yep, and I did.
And it gives you a pop-up window, right?
Yep.
And then it gives you options on what
it says
you
your
share.
Entire screen, application window, or Chrome tab.
Okay, now what are you trying? You want to share the
entire screen, I guess.
Yes, do entire screen. And now flip to where that screen is what's showing on your monitor.
Is that working?
I don't know.
There I am.
Oh, he's back.
Internet. No. Sorry about that. So you just there it is. I see you have it up.
Yay! Good job, Clint. You did it.
Did it work? Well, the share button wouldn't highlight, so I couldn't click on the share button.
There it goes.
Reason. So this is
Dude.
a double page spread of Pirate Queen in the cantina playing cards with some
With
some
Data
other,
and Han Solo.
lovely gentlemen. Let's just say
That's
not quite finished yet, but
That was fantastic.
this is what I've been working on today.
Fun.
And then I get to ink it.
Fun.
But nearly finished. And let's see, how do I switch? Am I back now?
You're going to want to stop sharing screen now. There you go.
Look,
There
I'm
you
like
go.
a pro.
You are. You're. See,
Oh.
look, you got it so quick. Hey,
Oh.
Lothar, how are you, love?
Lothar, what's up, man? What's up, buddy? Yeah, Lothar is a great person in the chat. He's a really cool.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, really cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. I've backed this already, but of course you knew I would. Yeah, you guys should have known I would. How are you gonna have like a pirate book? Like, I'm not gonna have a book called Rise the Pirate King and then not back the book.
I know.
Right? Because we gotta have them right beside each other.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean, considering yours is like really like anything goes timeline wise, mostly futuristic, and it's like seriously like over the top sex appeal kind of stuff. There's so much room for like some kind of crazy 4-page crossover. You know what I mean? There's got to be
definitely.
We got to do something. We got to figure out something where it's just like over the top and everybody's all like, what the hell?
Right.
if we can't make people double take, we're failing.
Well, your book looks awesome, man. It's like
it does. It does.
Beautiful
I'm
looking book.
Excited. I'm so excited for it. Like I said, I'm going to put both of them up on the bookshelf side by side. So we got the Pirate
definitely
and the Pirate Queen, and they're going to sit right beside each other on my bookshelf.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that is a lie because I keep my comics bag and boarded in a box. But I will keep them together in the box. So,
yeah,
there we go.
That's perfectly fine. It's as long as you read it and enjoy it, that's what it makes me happy. You know what I mean?
I want to see them cats. Drew, show me what them cats are doing. They're back there doing stuff. I need to see.
Which one?
Behind you.
Okay, well,
what are they doing? They're up to stuff.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a beer.
Okay, love. Oh, look at her! Damn, he straight up leaves when he goes to get a beer.
Right?
Did he go? Did he go to the store?
His device is not connected, so who knows what he did?
What did he do?
Maybe he got up and unplugged something by accident. And they're salty.
Oh, he's back asleep again.
He's knocked out.
He doesn't do very much, does he?
No, actually, it's really weird because they like to be in the same room I'm at, so they'll like move rooms when I do.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so I tend to have quite a few within reaching distance. And they she's a ham. She if you guys watch, anybody who follows the channel is familiar with Pepper Potts. She's always like getting in my face when I'm trying to do a stream, and I'm surprised Dorian is not here. Dorian Gray, he's usually on the annoying side of things. Is
that the one that was rubbing its tail up on your face while you were trying to talk and it kept walking by and oh wait, he was back and then he left. Hi.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to coax Olive in here to see if she'll be good or not.
Oh.
Yeah, Dorian's the one that will walk in front of me and run his tail right under my nose every time. It's just, I'm like, oh, ugh. It's like people like wonder why I'm always doing this. Because I'm trying to get the cat hair out of my because I have a mustache and the cat hair will land in the mustache.
Oh. So cute.
Oh, she's being good now.
Yeah,
Nick,
as he says that.
yeah, he's gonna get scratched before this is over.
Oh, I scared Pepper with that.
Oh no. So,
That's
Right,
about
so
as good as it gets with her.
so the artwork looks great, Clint. You know,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
obviously looks like it was fun to draw. You know, with all
Yeah.
the level of tropes that you can pull into everything. It had to be fun.
is that the cat?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's the biggest whiner. You pet her, she just a whiner.
Very vocal.
She's not our best cat. But she's a good kitty. And she's gone.
And she's gone. I should have thought about bringing the treats over here, because if I had
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yes, and then shake them so they'll all come running.
Oh, that would have worked with her too. Yeah, I should have thought of that. No, I had a blast drawing this. Art wise, definitely influenced by like the '90s. I mean, like I grew up in the '90s comics. That's where I like started when I started working. So, like the Wildstorm, all the Wildstorm guys: Jim Lee, J. Scott Campbell, Travis Charest, Brett Booth, Will Portasio. I love those guys. Just ate up everything that they put out there. All the early Image guys. So. That's definitely a huge influence on the artwork with Pirate Queen for me. And then just, you know, I loved like Danger Girl. I loved the early Wildcats, and they were just like high octane adventure stories. Cool protagonists, like and a solid adventure, fun. And that's really what I always wanted with Pirate Queen. And obviously, you know, a hot, attractive female lead is never a terrible selling point. So,
not normally.
that's kind of where all my thought process was with creating Pirate Queen. And then when I got into Comicsgate, and you know, I knew a little bit about Comicsgate, didn't know a ton. And like Mandy was literally one of the first people I met when I got into Comicsgate, and Mandy kind of hits you like a sledgehammer, which is awesome. And I saw her energy and her enthusiasm and everything she was doing, and I was like, I've got Pirate Queen. Like strong female protagonist, and then Mandy writing it. Yeah, those kind of go hand in hand. That was kind of a no-brainer. So, like shortly after meeting her, I was like, I've got this idea, I've got this character, and you know, would you be interested? Because you don't know what people have got going on, and it just kind of all worked out perfectly. So I couldn't be more thrilled with what Mandy's done with Pirate Queen, and her writing is awesome. The story's amazing, and it's just been a blast to work on. Everything's been terrific.
Yeah, and it was so fun to write. It was so fun. It's so different than my other two books. And this time it was like writing myself in a book almost, because I took a lot of but Pirate Queen or Ava and I both have a lot of the same characteristics. So it was really fun to, you know, apply those characteristics to her when it, you know, fits me so perfectly. It was the easiest book I'm probably ever going to write. Honestly, it's so easy because it's writing myself basically.
Yeah, if you can write your own, your own fantasy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I you know, that's how Captain Love got started with me. It's like when I was first writing it, because I was writing a 30-minute thing for myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like when I first started writing it, everything that I put in, everything I did to create him was like, you know, what would I do if I could do whatever I wanted? You know what I mean? What would it be? You know, and yeah. So I can fully relate to that, because that's basically how we got a combination of James Bond and Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. And you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, because it's like those are all my favorites.
Totally love all that stuff too, man. All the sci-fi, all the classic sci-fi stuff is, you know, it's endless fodder for the imagination. You can have a million adventures with that stuff. It's just a matter of like where you want to go.
Yeah. It really, you know, the beautiful part of, you know, of comic books is that you can take it anywhere, and that's okay. You know what I mean? like that you can do stuff with comic books that you could probably do in a movie, but it wouldn't go over the same way. You know what I mean? You can do stuff in a comic book that that you couldn't do in a novel, because if you tried to explain it in a novel, it wouldn't make sense. But you can use a picture and like 2 sentences and communicate something very clear in a comic book.
Right.
And I think comic books kind of leave more to the imagination from element to element, but you can tell a complete story. You know what I mean? The mind being the way the mind works, it puts the images in between. You know what I mean? So
no, absolutely. And
I even busted myself on that same thing. I'm sorry. I've even busted myself where I thought there were things like that were in a comic book. I was like, it was discussing with somebody, and we're like, oh yeah, you remember that thing? This happened in the book, and he's all like, no, that didn't happen in the book. I'm like, yeah, it did. And then like I had to get myself a copy of the book, and then I'm like looking, and I'm like, oh no, they don't actually show that happening. Like it's like it happened, but we don't actually see it. You know what I mean? But my mind made the connection because of the of the way that the story was told. So that's good writing. If we can all do that, then we all succeed, right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Guys, I'm going to go grab a Coke because I didn't get one before we started, and I should have. I shall be right back. But I'm not going to leave like Clint does. I'm just gonna stop my cam for
I'm still figuring all this stuff out, man. You don't need to take shots. No need to take cheap shots.
You know I love you, boy. All right, be right back.
All right, so Clint, what's your favorite part about working on Pirate Queen so far?
Working on Pirate Queen.
Yeah, what's the favorite part?
Like literally, like I draw every day, no matter what. It's just a matter of what I work on, and I mean, literally, one of the greatest things about CG with Comicsgate is, I mean, I've been comics for 20 years. You're a freelance artist. You're always scrambling after the next job. You're always trying to, get this editor's attention, submissions to this publisher, hoping somebody's getting back to you. With Comicsgate, you can build a fan base. You can create your own characters. You can work on stuff that you're actually excited about instead of like something some publisher or editor thinks is going to sell. And you're like looking at the project, like, who's interested in this? What? Hey, it's a paycheck, so I'll draw whatever the hell they want me to draw. Like, literally, I can work on stuff that I'm interested in, that I think other people will be interested in. And, I mean, I'm a comic book fan. I love comic books. So, like, when I'm drawing a book and creating a book, I'm creating something that I would want to read, something that's going to be fun, something that I think other comic book fans are going to read. I'm not trying to get overly... so I mean, I'm not necessarily a writer. I'm an artist first. So like, I take the visual approach to a story. I'm not always necessarily in the head of the characters. I'm like, what's the next thing? What's the next awesome, amazing site that's going to be a double page splash page, or like, what's the next thing that can blow the doors off of something? Brian.
Happy birthday, Brian.
What's up? Thank you.
Hey, Brian.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Greatly appreciated. Sorry for being so late. I had to facilitate a support group session because the facilitator had to drop out. So I had to take over. I couldn't just peace out at 8 like I planned.
I already feel like I know you forever, man.
I know, right, dude?
Two shows in.
I know. Well, that's the thing, Clint, man. You are going to start doing the rounds with Mandy on all like the different channels. You're going to get to know a whole bunch of people. You're going to get and a whole bunch of people are going to get to know you. And
totally.
You're already
bad. I wussed out, and like I'm not used to those all night shifts. I felt super bad about kind of cutting out a little bit early, but I'm like,
oh no, I cut out about probably an hour after you did, just because that was a long stream. I had to get my butt fed.
That was a long one.
I'm not sure I've ever talked to anybody for 4 hours.
I know. Yeah, those long streams can be kind of brutal. Although I think the king is directly above us. What was your record? Didn't you do like RGE stream for like 15 hours or something, Drew?
I did RGE stream for one of the streams I did. Let's see, I don't remember what the back to back was. It was like over 12 hours for the first part, and then I took like an hour and a half nap, and then I finished up the 24 hours with him after that.
Damn.
And then the second one, I didn't sleep at all. I didn't take the nap. We did the first part of the 24 hours, and then I had in the morning I had to go and jump off to Literature Devil for like an hour, and then I jumped back. And then that night and that evening I had Mandy on, and right after that, so like I had gone like what was like I had gone the whole 24 hours, and then had a stream with Mandy right after that. Yeah.
Dude, you're a die-harder like Bruce Willis, man, like the Terminator.
Oh,
damn.
Seriously.
I was sitting there, and it was like, just maybe like 1:32 in the morning. I could like feel the liquid on my eyes starting to dry because I was just staring at the screen, and I'm like, I'm not sure I can blink anymore.
Well,
I might need to tap out here.
Yeah, man, because that's the thing too. First of all, thanks, Lothar D. But I'd be afraid like of being on too long, because I'm like, at a certain point I'm gonna be incoherent.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because at a certain point your brain's gonna go peace out.
It gets a little mushy between the ears, and like, hi.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This is fun. Look at I can see my face.
Oh man, but man, Pirate
I can't imagine doing 12 hours.
Oh, neither can I. Like I said, it's like, I don't know. I think Drew's
It's
like
rough.
a cyborg.
Rough. It's rough.
Oh,
But you know what?
dude.
But you got to do it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
RGE is my friend. He's not just some guy that helps me promote books. He's my friend.
RGE is the man. He is awesome.
He is.
So like when he needs somebody to back his play, I'm there. You know what I mean? So there's no doubt he knows he can count on me. So that's just how it is.
No, that's super cool.
It's true, man. In my case, at least. I'm sorry, folks. I got to get like a caffeine refill, or my brain's gonna peace out. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So your favorite part basically is being able to draw whatever you want.
The freedom to draw what I want to be working on is easily. Comicsgate like makes that happen. That's the coolest thing about Comicsgate is this incredible fan base that like. They are like I've said this before. Like when I go to conventions, they're the hardcore fans that are showing up at my table. Like dudes that will bring up a book that I drew like 10 years ago, and they've got their bag full of books that they want. They know which artists are going to be at the convention, and they want to get those books signed by the artist. And they'll pull out a book, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot I even worked on that. And they'll be like, they're a fan. They knew I was going to be there. They want to get it signed by me, and it's like. That's the coolest thing ever. That's like the greatest feeling for a comic creator. So like, and that's like every Comicsgate dude out there is like that type of comic book fan. So working on these books, creating kind of stuff that I am a fan of, and that, finding a following with Comicsgate, it's awesome. Like I love every second of it. Like this finding Comicsgate is probably the best thing that's happened to me in my comic book career easily.
That's really cool. I was reading Jabba the Coach's here. It's my birthday year.
Yes.
At some point this year you were born.
So I was all like, it's just a little distracting. But this book looks really fun. I mean, I'm looking forward to reading it. I obviously there's like all kinds of little. I can't, for lack of a better word, I keep using the word trope, but I mean, really, it's you just bring back all these familiar tropes. You know what I mean?
Well, and
they're not straight copies of things, but you can see like elements of this and elements of that, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's kind of what we're shooting for. One of my favorite panels in the book, and this is in the backup story in the part that I wrote. Is like I hate what the Disney trilogy did with Star Wars, and I always say that like I created the real ending to Luke Skywalker's story, and it's just a panel of the Pirate Queen and her first officer Zoroastra walking down this alien city sidewalk, and there's just this dude in front of like a picture window, and the label on the store is it's right next to Radio Shack, and it's called the Hashi Station. And there's a bunch of power converters in there, and there's a big sign that says power converters half off. And like this guy's got like a lightsaber on his, and he's just like hands on the glass. And he's like, finally, and it's Luke's whole. But I was going to Tashi Station to pick up power converters, and it's like he finally got to
get them.
And that's the ending for Luke that I envision, not just giving up, not going to save his sister, and force projecting himself into the oblivion.
That's what they did with him. It was sad.
That movie's such garbage.
It was actually very poorly written. I mean, the visuals were stunning.
Oh, beautiful! It was
costume design, character design, all that stuff, top notch. Best of the best of the best.
They put the prettiest dress on the ugliest pig they could.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Oh, we have a question from Eric. And he says, question about the sketch art box tier of the campaign. How big is the sketch and what will be in the art book?
The sketch will be about 8 by 11 so that it can ship about the size of a comic, a little bit bigger. Basically an art sketch that can fit in a Gemini mailer, just so that everything can go out in one package. But it'll be on artboard, and it'll be an original drawing by me, pen and ink. And then the art book is going to be 24 pages, full color. It's going to be crammed full of pinups, adult art. So the art book will definitely contain adult content and nudity. There's going to be character designs, behind the scenes stuff, sketches, sketch development of Pirate Queen and different characters and stuff. Basically, like anything you would imagine from like a behind the scenes, like making of the comic kind of thing. But then also plus a bunch of pinups and prints and stuff in the book. So just lots of art, lots of extras to enjoy from the Pirate Queen. Basically, we're trying to make those adult tiers, jam packed and full of lots of fun and extras.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. No, that's very cool. That's very cool. I mean, and with a character like this, you got to have, the adult bonuses.
Yeah. What is she stunning?
We don't just tease our audience. We give them the full Monty, as it were.
Yes.
Is it full Monty just for guys, or is it full Monty for girls also?
I don't know.
The full
I'm not
Monty,
sure.
Yeah, the full Monty is full frontal, which means top and bottom, nothing. And it's really supposed to be related to guys.
What's it called? What's it called for a girl?
I don't know if they need it, and they just,
they just you don't get a word. We don't get a word for it.
I don't know.
Show off your bits, and we don't get a word. That's not fair. I want a word for it.
What was it? Bush shot, beaver shot. That's
beaver shot. No, there. I'll take it. Beaver shot.
Yahtzee.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, back in the 70s and 80s when they didn't shave it. Yeah.
I found my dad's magazines when I was little.
The full Mandy.
They had a full bush back then. Those old ones. You couldn't even see what was going on down there. You just saw a giant afro bush.
Yeah, the 70s bikinis.
Well, it was really dude. When I was a kid, all right, I remember going to the water park, and it was always like the thing to like, because girls would have bikinis, and the bikinis wouldn't be like teeny tiny little bikinis. They'd be we're talking about the 80s and stuff. So the bikinis were pretty good sized, And it's like when a chick had an overly sized bush, the hair would be coming out the sides.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And as a kid, you're like eye level almost. And it's like, I remember seeing that at the water park too. There was a lady in front of us in line, and my sister kept elbowing me about it. Like, Mandy, look, look, look. I was like, ugh. Yeah. Yes. Some people need to handle that.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. That's why they call it a bikini line.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, you're supposed to handle that.
I
But
missed
yeah,
out
there's
on the
some.
water parks in the late 70s, apparently.
Java's all yeah,
Oh, yes, sir.
full Java.
The full Java.
I want the full Java.
Beaver whiskers poking out.
Beaver whiskers. I've never heard that one.
Oh my goodness.
That's new.
Yeah, so now I noticed that you couldn't get cover C by itself when I bought it. Is it available yet by itself? Or-
Not by itself, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in an adult tier. Basically, for the $100 up tiers, you can get the adult variant cover C. So that is an incentive cover, and that is the adult variant. So again, you get your full action going on there. You get to see how really cold it is in space.
And it is cold in space.
I have to create a pinup that just says it's cold in space,
It's
and then
oh my gosh, yes.
and then have the pirate queen, and then like maybe just like broken glass in front of her,
Yes.
shattered.
I like it.
That'll be towards the end. Well, I might create some extra fun art towards the end, just for like.
Well, you know,
incentives.
it's stretch goal incentives. Stretch goal incentives as stretch goal pinups. Say if we get to
more
this
prints,
point,
more fun stuff.
right? And then if they're in the adult tier, they get the adult version and the censored version in their stretch goal. And if they're not in the adult tier, they just get the censored version.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian's back.
Did Brian bring birthday cake?
Birthday boy is back. Well, now he's disappeared again, but he was back. He's wandered. Oh, he's back. Maybe he is. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks, Mandy. It's my birthday, so that means I get to have cookies.
What kinds are they?
Oh, these are the oh God, why? How could I forget the name of them? They're like the really crispy kind that you can get at Costco.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name now, but they're chocolate chip.
Nice. Chocolate is always good.
Yeah, and I think white macadamia too.
Ooh.
Oh, George Lucas said there's no underwear in space. Well, that's just because he wanted to see Leia's tits bouncing around when she ran through the Death Star.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
George Lucas was a huge perv.
Well, that's not being even necessarily pervy. It's just like pervy in America. Europeans would just consider that just like
well, yeah.
Or
it was
healthy.
all American actors.
You know what? I would say the word
the London studio they were shooting in. He figured like she doesn't need to have a bra on.
The perv concept is a little bit overcharged in America. You know what I mean? It's because perversion really just being a little dirty doesn't make you a pervert. Being a little kinky doesn't make you a pervert. In all reality, a pervert is a perversion of
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you know what I mean. If you're not a sicko, you're not a pervert. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. It's just like I always like to say, like I'm a pervert in America. In Europe, I just have like just a normal, healthy attitude.
I probably don't look like the word perv as bad as some people label it. I'm just like, dude just wants to like get a little action, you know.
Well, it's been weaponized like any other term, you know.
I suppose, yeah. Like I don't like hear the word perv and think like bad connotation.
Well, pervert used to mean like so for instance, a few years ago, pervert would have been somebody like a pedo. You know what I mean? Or a dog. You know what I mean?
That's where current day stuff ruins everything.
And then, like in the 50s, a pervert would have been like a homosexual would have been a pervert, you know what I mean? But a homosexual male. Female homosexuality was never classified as such until
it didn't exist really
until the 80s. Was it even like considered something that was abnormal, which is weird.
Yes,
like it waited until the 1980s, but across all time and space, waited until the 1980s of all decades for woman and woman sex to become something abnormal. That is weird to me. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the rise of feminism.
Mandy's all like, I don't know. Mandy's I'm staying out of it.
Well, that era was the rise of feminism and like male hating and feminism, so that probably had something to do with that.
Well, I think our point also is, what is wrong with sexy comics, right?
Nothing.
What is wrong with sexy women in comics? What's wrong with sexy dudes in comics, right? There should be something for everybody.
What it is that people who are a little bit more prudent, a little more puritanical, they don't. It's not like they're not trying to prevent you from seeing something. They just don't want it out there for like their child to see. You know what I mean? For their husband to see. You know what I mean? They don't want their wife getting any ideas. You know what I mean? They want to. Because they want to protect their family and their world and from whatever it is that else is going on, they feel as though they need to impose it on everybody.
Well, I think that was more like the 80s, right? Because in the 80s, it was coming from the right, right? It was all coming from the right, like the Mies Commission on pornography and all that.
The PMRC was Tipper Gore, man. She's fucking left as fucking left gets. Dude.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say, I always like to say we don't have like a left and a right in America.
And all that stuff. Tipper Gore.
So I wouldn't classify her as a leftist.
She was a borderline socialist, man. What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know about that, brother.
When D. Snyder showed up in front of Congress,
and
dude could like speak.
Yes.
He like knew what the hell he was talking about, and all these congressmen are rolling their eyes, or whatever it was, the Senate, I'm not sure. Rolling their eyes, and who's this rock and roll, drug-addled? And D. Snyder came out with both guns blazing and just lit them up. Knew exactly what he was talking about, was smarter than everybody he was talking to in the room. Snyder like blew them away and like crushed them. It was so awesome.
It was. I remember watching that on C-SPAN, and then of course Frank Zappa was great. Frank Zappa was awesome, but the really crowning moment for me was John Denver, because
John Denver came. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Because like they were thinking like, oh man, he's gonna be with Tipper. Right, he's gonna, and also there was this talk about him wanting to maybe take a ride on the space shuttle, right? So hey, man, maybe we can make that happen for you, right? And he got down there and sat down and said, I don't believe in censorship in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
I was like, yes.
Yeah, America loved John Denver, so like his voice carried. He wasn't like a rock and roll druggie.
Absolutely.
No, but he had that Rocky Mountain High.
Well, exactly. He did, but nobody knew quite about it yet.
Yes.
Yeah, well, except Jim Henson, who was just like his best friend in the whole world. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
but it was like looked like he just walked off the Waltons or I can't remember the show. Like he was.
Did you ever see Oh God Book 1? Where John Denver and
George
Burns.
George Burns, yeah.
He was in the sequel.
I've seen it, but it's been 20 years at least.
Yeah, Oh God Book 1 was the first one. That was John Denver and.
Oh, so it was just Oh God, but is it like, have they changed the title? Kind of like Star Wars is now like episode whatever.
No, the Oh God, it was technically Oh God Book 1. When it was released, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the sequel was Oh God 2, but then they made it Book 2, but it was actually released as Oh God 2, and then they retitled that one to Book 2. And that was the little girl. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
The one that she did the whole Thank God campaign. That was the whole. You know what I mean?
I don't even remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that kind of stuff too well, actually.
Nothing wrong with that.
Dim memories. I know the movie came out, and I was a kid.
Then the third one was Oh God, You Devil.
Yes, that I remember. Who played the devil? Was it like a double
It
performance?
Yes, it was George Burns
again,
as God and as the devil. Yes, it was George Burns as both. Yes.
Was
Mandy's all like, I didn't see none of that shit.
None of that.
I guarantee none of you have seen Smokey and the Bandit 4. Smokey is the Bandit.
I have where yes, I have where fucking Jackie Gleason's the one that's fucking driving as the bandit. Yes.
Wait a minute, there's a fourth one. I stopped watching after they were saving the elephant.
I wish.
After the big elephant thing, I considered it done.
Oh my
Done
God.
deal.
Oh, so bad. So bad. Yes, but yeah. It's like they couldn't get Burt Reynolds. I think he had a cameo. And
my God.
yeah. That doesn't. We're so not making that up, Clint. We're so not making that up.
I didn't know there was a 4. I just remember when like Burt Reynolds would always reiterate that he was like the biggest box office seller from 1979 to 1981 or something.
I wouldn't include 79 in that, but I would say from 80 to 83, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, I might have the years wrong, but
yes, definitely he was though. He was.
Oh, he was. He was the number one box office movie.
Let me just tell you, Cannonball Run, some of the best movies fucking ever. They're fucking fun, super fun movies. I mean,
Cannonball Run. The outtakes. Who is the big guy that was in the Cannonball Run? Dom DeLuise. Watching the outtakes with him and Burt Reynolds and like that's better than the movie because those guys were having so much fun.
Well, I mean, remember that's what Cecil's costume is based on. It's based on that Dom DeLuise's character's alter ego, Captain Chaos.
Oh no way! Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, totally.
I gotta go back and rewatch some of this stuff now.
Oh man, Cannonball Run 2 is maybe like the worst like big budget movie ever made, but it's it's horrible.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I'm not saying it's not hilarious. I'm saying it's hilarious for all the wrong reasons.
It has Jackie Chan in it.
Yeah, it does. With Richard Kiel.
Yes.
We might have to start talking about movies 10 years later than this, though. I don't want to leave Mandy out.
I know. We
Oh no! I'm just listening to y'all. You're good.
It's all
You're good.
Burt Reynolds would
down.
If you were 10 years older, Burt Reynolds would have totally been your hero in the South because I mean he was as
Burt Reynolds is awesome, and he has
the
manliest chest hair I've ever seen.
Really manly.
That is, he ain't joking. He is on the chest hair game. He's on it.
Burt Reynolds got to live in a world with no SJWs because like he started around and he gave zero fucks about it.
Yup. Well, that's the thing is like that's what I was trying to get to is now it's the Puritanism is coming from the left, right? It's like they don't want us to see sexy, idealized female bodies because real women don't look like that.
It's coming from both sides at different directions.
The problem is, honestly, with the women that are, and most of this is around, it's women making the big stink about it. The problem is they are in the process right now of lowering the bar. But with that means they don't have to take any accountability for their own, if they're 400 pounds and out of weight, they don't want to have to feel bad about that. They don't want to feel like they're doing something wrong and they don't want to change their habits. So what they're doing is they are lowering the bar and trying to make it where everybody else, it's easier to try to make everybody else feel bad about what they are doing and what they like than it is for them to go out and run a fucking mile. So that's, in my opinion, that's what it is they're doing. They were lowering the bar so they don't have to feel bad about themselves. Did I freeze?
Yeah,
I froze, didn't I? But that's
so agree.
It's the equivalent to participation trophies for everybody and no first place. Yeah.
Correct. They don't want to work to get in shape. They just want everybody to accept them. The issue with that is, though, most people did accept it anyways. Over the past few years, I've noticed that body positivity has become a really huge thing. Everybody's just live and let live type thing. But that's not good enough for them because they now that they realize, okay, well, we're not really getting made fun of it anymore. So let's lower the bar so we all look like the freaking people at Walmart. And then I'll be beautiful. And it's just
but I think it's also along the same lines as the whole Puritan aspect, where a lot of these girls are fucking sick of their men turning heads to another girls. They want to lower the bar so the hot chicks will be put on weight and not try to be so hot and you know what I mean?
And yet this is fantasy, right? This is fantasy. I remember, well, you know, I dated a lady who was you know, her job was like reviewing skin flicks, right? And and
that's a job.
she was the B&D S&M editor at a major men's magazine. And
did they have an online application form or anything?
No, like I met the goth scene. Yeah, she was but she was my first girlfriend. So wow, yeah, that was fun and interesting. But I remember we were watching a movie together, and I was just like, oh my god, like Deidre Holland, like wow, like she's so beautiful, and she started to get a little depressed, and I was just like, babe, it's like, do you know how many people in the world get to look like that? And look at the guy she's with, like Rocco Siffredi, who was like this guy who was like this gorgeous Italian dude with an incredible body and everything. Like, look at him. I'm not depressed. This is fantasy, right? There's like 5% of the population of the world that looks like that. So
and they're making each other miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, when people are too good looking, when they're so good looking that everybody gives them attention and everybody's all like them all the time. I
haven't had too much trouble with it yet, though.
Yeah, well,
like for the most part,
their ego gets so inflated and they become impossible people. I've known a lot of.
I gotta take offense to this. My ego isn't that inflated.
Clint's very humble.
I'm so easy to get along with. Like, really.
Look,
come on,
and here's the thing:
you don't have to take the cheap shots at me the first time I'm on your show.
and here's the thing:
that's the best time. The first time is the best time. I got to break you in, man.
Exactly.
You did bring your hemorrhoid cushion with you, right? Just saying.
Oh, I'm on a cushion. Believe me.
You're gonna need that later.
Most definitely. And then you get people who are like scary good looking, but then they treat it like a superpower, right? Like Brad Pitt's mother told him, like when he was at a certain age, she was like, boy, like you're gonna be able to just kind of like open doors, like basically you have a superpower. So use it responsibly. And people like that do have a sense of noblesse oblige, and they like to use their good looks to make other people happy, right? Because they realize that they have that power. Unfortunately, I think that's a really tiny percentage.
It is. It's a very small percentage that are just born just phenomenally good looking. But again, they're lowering they're attempting to lower the bar. The problem with that is like me, when they look at like a girl and they're like, where are her organs? And I'm sitting over here like, I look just like her. So fuck y'all. You know, where are my organs? I mean, they're there. I'm very tall. I'm very thin. So yeah, where am I? And it's just, it's insulting. It is what it is.
It's the media too, because the media is trying to push like Lizzo as like a pop singer, and who's the girl on there's like a hour-long drama show with like a really, really big girl on it. That's like a mainstream ABC show. I'm trying to think of what the name of, like, This Is Us. This Is Us. And like this girl is gigantic. Lizzo is gigantic, and like the media is.
It blows my mind when they like reward these women who fucking do nothing but stick fucking cheeseburgers in their face and call them heroes.
and the media is pushing.
You're such a hero. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Nobody wants to accept responsibility for nothing in our society.
Who is the target demographic for watching this? I mean,
Other
chicks.
fat bitches, yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm
let me
sure
just
there's
tell
like
you, fat bitches get good fucking desk jobs and they make good money. So
Well, here's the thing. It's kind of like somebody asked a comics professional, like, why does Mags Visaggio get so much work? And the person answered, it's because she makes editors feel good about themselves. Like they feel good about themselves when they give her a job. And I think that there's something with that too. So it's like when Hollywood embraces somebody who's like really overweight, it's like, look at how awesome we are. Look at how inclusive we are.
Yeah, there's a definite agenda to it. It's not just. It's no longer like we're trying to get ratings for a show. It's like we're pushing an agenda. We're pushing this social commentary, and we don't care about if people want to see it or not. We're going to shove it down their throats.
Well, no, see, this is. I mean, if you really want to break it down, you can sit there and you can. It'll all come around later, and it'll like someone's going to write books about this. But what's been going on is women went on for years and years and years about how men controlled the industries and men kept women out and all that kind of stuff, and how they were, you know what I mean. And as soon as women start getting power, right, they start doing the same thing.
Yes.
And they're, you know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, wait. All right. So like we, as a male species, we decide to go ahead and share the vote with you. So now you can vote and you can own property and all that kind of stuff. And then, now as men, we decide that you can also, be our equals in business, because at that point it was our decision to make, you know what I mean? As a male species, because we were in control. We had those choices. We decide to share. And then you're going to be like, oh, thank you for sharing. Now go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It's never a good idea to give up power.
Well, it's, let's face it also, it was a move by corporate America too, to get women into the workforce so that way they could also lower wages.
Yeah.
Gloria Steinem, we know for a fact, this is not a conspiracy theory. She came out and she admitted it. She said that when she was starting out, that the CIA approached her and they had a little chat, and they told her, like, as long as you don't touch issues of class and you keep everything related to gender, we're good. Right? They let her know, like, there's certain stuff you do not touch. You do not go into this territory. Stay here, and we got you back. So think about that. But this is, and like I said, that's not a conspiracy theory. She came out and admitted it. I just took a look at a picture of Lizzo, by the way. And look, I'm not about making people feel horrible about themselves. The whole body positivity thing, I think, should be a thing, but not like to the point where it's like you're reinforcing. Look, you don't want to make people feel horrible about themselves, but it's like I'm looking at this at this young lady. I'm like, honey, you're killing yourself.
Yeah,
you're killing yourself.
Diabetes.
Yeah, it's just like, because whenever I see somebody that's that fat, honestly, I've struggled with my weight my entire life. I want to go and I want to put my arm around them.
Yeah.
And I want to say it doesn't have to be like this. Come back, Mandy.
I will be right back. My surge suppressor has it's smoking. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go swap it for a different surge suppressor that will not catch shit on fire. Yeah, burn down. I will be back in like 5 minutes.
You got it, Mandy. We'll hold the
fort.
Do what
you got to do. Don't light on fire.
Yeah, seriously. It's all good.
Be right back, y'all.
You got it. Oh my God.
She comes back with a fire extinguisher. Okay, everything's
good. We turned into an action adventure stream. It's like, is Mandy okay?
Oh
my God.
Comicsgate 911. Did Mandy survive?
Here's the thing about fat girls, because again, because see,
I think if we're going to do the thing about fat girls, we all got stories.
Yeah, well, the thing about fat girls, yeah. The okay, so how a man looks is not as important to him as how a woman looks is to her. Okay, because
Oh, yeah.
a fat guy can still pull a fucking hot chick. All right, pretty, and especially if he's got money or he's got something going for him, some skills. You know, if he can sing, you know, if he can, you know, if he's got if he's got something that chick is into. Tattoo artists. I've seen some of the fucking ugliest tattoo artists.
Oh yeah.
Pull some of the hottest chicks. So you know what I mean?
Tattoo artists are like lead singers of bands, man. It's like
so
it's all about the self-confidence, man.
Right. So there's but on the it doesn't work in the reverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, sure because see the most valuable thing a man has is his ability to provide, his protect and provide. Even though that's kind of old world thinking, it's the most valuable thing men in general have to offer: the ability to protect and provide. Women's thing, that the most thing that they have ability to offer is to is to provide how they look, the sexual aspects, you know what I mean? So that, you know, it's like the dream of never having to masturbate anymore, which is
Eric McIntyre hit it on the head too. Also, if you have a massive hog, that's an excellent addition to the evening.
And meanwhile, like then when you get the great girlfriend, and you're just like, oh man, I need to masturbate. we still need our me time. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Yup.
The best kind of girl is the kind that, like, you know, is into your masturbating. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
like she's like not only in favor of it, but, you know, it's like sometimes she wants to watch. You know what I mean? So,
oh God! And then you've got the opposite, where chicks like catch their boyfriends or husbands masturbating, and they're like, "You're cheating on me." I'm like, which is insane.
Yeah, I'm fucking myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Think of it like yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, see that's the one thing is like okay, not all women understand this, but some of them do. Okay. And they don't, and if a woman has never had a good orgasm, then she doesn't understand it yet.
Got that right.
And that is having an orgasm relieves so much bullshit tension. You know, if men couldn't masturbate, we would totally be victimized to women on the regular.
Jesus.
On the regular, because our fucking heads would be fucking like cloudy from not being able to fucking ejaculate. And if a guy fucking masturbates as much as he needs to, fucking it's like, fuck you, bitch. I don't care.
We've
Mandy's all, what did I walk into just now?
We're getting to good places because we've offended Peter.
Peter's
sensibilities.
What up, Peter? Oh my God. Yeah. And also, fellas, remember, it's good for your prostate.
Yeah. That is
you
true.
You didn't miss anything, Mandy.
Well, I do agree with y'all, though. Personally, I think men should. Women should as well. It does relieve stress. It makes you happier. And it will stop a guy, you know, if my choices are my husband go have an affair or go and rub one out, go rub one out. Go do it. How about it? Good job.
No brainer. No brainer.
No brainer at all. Go do it to it, dude. How about it?
Plus the whole like pressure balls thing. There's nothing that makes a man more frustrated and angry faster.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like there's. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Mandy's never had blue balls, but you're married, so you're probably at least seen this once in your life.
I have heard of blue balls, and very painful from what I understand. It's miserable.
It is miserable. So the situation of like, say you're like super engorged, you know, you're like so blood filled that you're gonna pop, and you're, you know, and you're like completely ready to like get into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've been cuddling and fondling and all that kind of stuff, and you're like, oh, well, let's do something now. She's like, yeah, no. You're like, oh, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like Richard Pryor said. He was like, bitch, my dick doesn't get any harder than this.
I guess it's because we work differently. A lot of women don't understand that there's things that happen to make the blood stay in there.
Yeah, and then a lot of guys like one thing that fascinates me.
That same hormone that makes it all do that, the same hormone that makes it all work, right, is also the same hormone that makes us super aggressive.
Yes, and creative too, though.
Peter. Ironically, we might have lost Peter at Super Engorged.
Oh yeah, Peter. Just wanted to say I got my racket down.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Wait. Did Peter miss that Super Engorged is the sequel to Super Dead? Isn't
Super Dead. Super Engorged. That's the triple X rated satire.
That's the plot twist.
Yes.
Super Dead.
But then
that's why he's so pissed. That's why Devour's so angry. He didn't get to roll one out.
He thinks you told us the ending and we let it all out. That's what's going on. Okay.
That one can write itself too, man. That's just waiting to happen.
Wow. And then you have the most baffling thing of all, and this is an indication of how different male and female sexuality are. There are women that I know that have never had an orgasm before.
Oh, I've met girls like that too, and it's like,
right?
How have you not killed somebody yet?
Right, and it's just like, and so like
wait, they may have. They may have.
And this might tie into the whole SJW thing too. Like we might have two concentric circles converging. What is with the three circles and the things cross over the middle? What's that called?
Yes.
Apex.
Wow.
Yes. So it's like SJW never had an orgasm, was born a bitch. That's where you get the blue hair. In the center is the blue-haired land whales screaming about everything they're upset about. Is like that's the concentric circles that like.
Have any of y'all ever dated a girl, an SJW girl with blue hair or one of the wild color hairs? Have any of you guys ever dated a girl like that?
I dated girls that had all kinds of funky kind of hair, but that was like back before social justice.
Do they make the carpet match the drapes?
No.
Generally not.
And usually those girls aren't even shaving down there. Just you know.
Oh.
Like those are hairy armpit girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not okay.
Yeah, hairy armpit girls will like that is.
I was just thinking it would be, I mean, if you're going to have if you're going to not worry about landscaping so much, I think a giant blue bush would be kind of
right.
Except nobody's ever going to see it because nobody wants to go there. You know what I mean?
But if they're wearing like a tube top or something like that and like hip hugger jeans, you might see like the blue treasure trail.
Yes. Or like we were talking about at like the water park.
You already missed our 70s water park story.
Yeah, you could possibly get some of that blue. I just think that would be like exciting, like
the dye comes off in the water.
Just picture it. You're ready to get it going with some girl. So you're unbuttoning her pants and you pull it down. And you're like, whoa, that's a blue bush. I mean, it's pretty exciting. That's
cool. I'm so glad that we added somebody to this conversation, and then we were able to come back to bush popping out. We already covered bush popping out, but then you brought us right back to bush popping out. So
the problem with dyeing it down there is you could end up with like stained teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Oh man. But man, it's like whenever I've encountered, for some reason, like my female friends have always been very comfortable talking about like sexual issues with me. I guess because they know like I'm not judgmental or something, right? And it's just like I'm like, okay, here I'm gonna like tell you like get this book. It's by Betty Dodson. She's gonna teach you how to do it. And my goodness, there's all these toys and technology out there these days for you gals. Right?
There is.
Which is awesome, right? So, I'll just go to this website, here you go.
will say
lot
that
of-
figure this out.
A lot of women.
over the past few years, you guys are starting to get quite a little
Yes.
some accessories as well. I've noticed that they're spiking. And used to you just got the one, you know, the PP, the one thing, you know, but now they got all kinds of exciting things for you guys to try.
I've got a fleshlight just taped right underneath my desk.
Just leave it up there taped.
You'll never know. We have anything like what you think is a perfectly
Never
normal
know what's going
conversation.
on.
Oh my god!
Pirate,
Do you? I'm sorry. You were saying, Clint?
When he gets
no,
up and
I
he's
just like,
pulling his pants up, that's when you know.
can do good enough
when
for
he-
us.
when he
I
gets
got one
up-
of those plastic girlfriends.
Yeah.
There you go.
When Brian gets up from his desk and starts walking towards the door and he's pulling his pants up, that's
Yeah.
when you know. That's when you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Or
oh
if
man,
he starts talking about being engorged. What if he starts talking about that? We know that it could be something up with that.
Usually,
You have to
hopefully,
make Peter
if you're
draw.
engorged, something's up. I'm just saying. Hopefully, if you're engorged, something's up. You know?
right.
But Peter was so offended, you have to make Peter draw Super Engorged as the sequel. Just the name alone is going to bring in CG back.
I'm going to turn some pages into either tonight or tomorrow, so I may add a couple of things in there. I like to add stuff and see if he'll actually draw it. Most of the time he don't. He's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "No, it's just I wanted to see if
Just
you
fucking with
draw
you.
it."
Super engorged would be.
This is a guy that drew hardcore pornosaur, and it's like he drew a dinosaur, and he gave it this huge schlong, and it says like, "Oh, if you roar," you know, like a growl. So the fact that he is you know
Wow.
touchy about this surprises me.
You got the super undead superhero, and then you just got the super undead superhero that's super undead well hung.
Yeah.
I can envision the variant covers already. Zombie schlong.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody's done that yet. Nobody has tapped the zombie slong market yet.
No.
Zombies have been tapped pretty hard, but not the slongs. Just saying.
That might be your tagline. Zombies
Right?
have been tapped pretty hard, but you've never been tapped as hard as this zombie.
But you may have been tapped pretty hard before, but you'll never be tapped as hard as you would if you're zombie schlong tapped.
Yes.
Got this nice little trading card.
Oh, that's a good one.
Professor,
Oh, cool.
What's another word for pirate treasure? I think it's booty.
Booty.
But yeah, Peter. Read this and enjoyed it thoroughly. So
Yay.
Very cool.
Did I do good? Did you find typos?
did you do the lettering?
I did. Well, I did the editing. I read it and made sure I didn't see any
No typos.
grammatical errors.
Nope.
Yeah, I did good.
You did good.
Nice.
I thought I could.
Rock and roll, Mandy. Yeah, it's.
I'm always getting destroyed on the yours and the yours. And like I'll just go back and I'll look at it and it's like it's still fucking wrong and I know what your is and I still screwed it up.
My thing was I used to have a real bad problem of changing context. Like I'd be first person, third person, first person, third person. You know what I mean? Present tense, past tense, present tense, past tense. And I've gotten better at that. I very rarely fuck that up now. So
that's always a good thing.
On Wart the Wizard, when I ordered my sample and got it back so I could go through and do the editing, the first thing that the book says is, by Mandy Summers, lettered by Mandy Summers. And that's the second thing, lettered by Mandy Summers. And I spelled lettered wrong. And it was Lettered. So I had to go in and fix it. That was the first dick up on Wart the Wizard. I fixed it though. So I spelled lettered wrong.
The only thing that could have been worse would be misspelling the word misspelling.
I know, right?
That is awesome.
The guys were threatening with Rocket Gal to actually mess up where it says edited by, like it gave me editing credit, messing up the word edit somehow. So it would look like I picked it up. Why I didn't do it, but he threatened to for a while.
At least they didn't misspell your name. That would be, you know.
Yeah. That would be me that would end up doing that though.
Oh yeah, no, it does say edits. For a second, I thought it said edigs. I thought it was a G for a second. No, they didn't do you wrong like that.
No,
Mandy.
they threatened it though. They threatened for a few days. In fact, when I got mine in, I was like, they dicked it up, didn't they? They went back and changed stuff, and they didn't. No, they did good.
And then, of course, there's also this nice little piece that Peter did
Oh, nice.
of all the people that I think were on the mailing campaign.
Oh yeah, very cool.
Right, you can see a whole bunch of CG characters there. There's Kami Mark hanging out right over there. There's Captain Love somewhere, I think over there. Somewhere in the back, there's Tug and Lug. There's Cecil Dog, of course, and let's see, and Six Gun Gorilla over there talking to Santana, and yeah, there's a lot going on in there. Let's see, where's Captain Love? Oh, Captain Love is hanging out right there.
There he is.
There he is.
Nice.
Oh, the Merry Boys are hanging out?
Yep.
Oh,
I
my
loved
goodness.
watching Pete do that. He was doing that particular piece on a lot of our live streams. He would just sit there and work on it. It was so fun watching him do that.
It was. But I mean, that's the thing that's so great about Comicsgate is that, you know, it's like we're interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like one long, never-ending comic book convention.
That's what Simon always says.
It's like you get to talk to the creators, you get to talk to the fans.
Yep.
Like it's just an online comic convention that's just going throughout the year.
I know.
With all the different YouTube shows, it's just a different table to go to.
Jabba has a critique of Peter's artwork.
No, Jabba, yeah. F you.
That was wrong of Peter. Peter should have added Jabba. He's a CG staple. He's
seriously.
He should have been in there.
Yeah, all the compliments.
I thought he was Jabba the cuck. What happened? Why is he? Did he quit cucking and now he's coaching people on how to cuck?
Yeah, is he taking pointers from Preston Poulter or giving them? I don't know.
Preston doesn't need pointers. I've seen his work. He doesn't.
As long as
he's got it down pat, don't he?
It's got that motion down pat. Oh my god!
Yeah, he's got the let me hold your hair part right.
That Oh god! Oh, it's like one of the funniest things ever.
You know that actually, it's not funny. It's actually almost funny, but it's just too sad to actually be funny.
I disagree.
No, it's just so sad. I just feel so bad for how pathetic it is for him. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing: it's the fact that he was going around calling people cucks. Right? Yes. If he was just a regular dude,
that makes it very
like
ironic.
A friend of mine,
then I'd be super ironic. Yeah.
Then I would be depressed. Then I'd be like, "Oh man!"
But that's also like typical projecting. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it makes me wonder. All those people who call everybody cucks. It makes me wonder about them in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, because that was the thing, right? Like we were talking, like on RGE's stream, we were talking about how, like, you know, the mainstream comic book industry is like looking at CG, and you know they're already kind of like circling and kind of like getting ready to kind of like go knock on our door, like, hey, sorry about that time that we called you alt-right Yahtzees and all that crap. Right. Like those people, I would never do anything to try to like cock block them or interfere with their success. I would never take any kind of action against them. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't help them.
Yeah.
Right?
You got the right mentality about that. Yeah, definitely.
Right? But then you have somebody like Preston Poulter, and he's actively fucking with people and fucking with people's campaigns. And it's like, okay, well, then now you cross the line.
Yeah.
Right?
There's an etiquette.
There's an etiquette.
There is. Yeah.
You don't screw with other people. You can like get into online arguments. You can get on shows and debate each other if you want to, but don't mess with other people's campaigns. Don't go after other people vindictively. It's like you can have disagreements online, but yeah, there's definitely an etiquette, and there's an etiquette in Comicsgate, I think.
I would suggest that most people adopt the etiquette that if you are somebody who has campaigns, right, don't talk shit on anybody.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah.
You're out there to make friends. If you have a campaign,
if you're a customer and you're only a customer, feel free to shit talk all you want.
Absolutely.
But if you have a book, and do not, if you don't like what somebody else is doing or whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, just don't talk about it.
Don't say something negative about your fellow creator or your fellow creator's books. Don't do it.
There are a lot that do that though, which is really, really sad. That there are people who they themselves have campaigns running and decide to do like a live stream where they just totally trash somebody else, and it's like, what? Why would you do that? Because
I've been trashed more than once.
Retaliation.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Me too. So yeah, and it's like, you do know karma's a bitch, right?
Yeah,
like you're gonna get back what you gave tenfold. So
it's so true.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
anybody shit talking. It's a water off a duck's back. It's like there's always going to be people taking shots at you, and usually it just means you're doing something right because they're jealous.
Not necessarily, or you pissed off the wrong person, but you don't have to.
But you know what?
They're just hateful.
I'm not going to let anybody slow me down just because they don't like me. It's like shrug it off and you move on.
I've talked shit in private about things.
That's totally different.
Because I was mad.
Right? No, that's totally different. Everybody, if somebody says I've never talked shit about somebody else in a back room. If somebody said that, they are absolutely lying. Every single person is guilty of, even if it's something like that campaign looks kind of shitty, y'all, or something like that. What you don't do is you don't publicly go out there and do that.
I
think your friends, that's something different than publicly going out and attacking
you
somebody.
never fuck with another creator's money.
Yes, I totally agree. And here's the thing. When you're talking shit about people. There is, I think, a little bit of a difference between just talking, backstage with people and going, oh, man, I saw so-and-so's new book. Yeah. Like, I just got it in the mail. Yeah. Did you read it? Yeah. How is it? Oh, man, it's hot garbage.
Yeah.
Right? I've never said that in a happy way. I've never been like, oh, it's hot garbage. I've always been like, oh, man. Like, I feel bad for the creator.
Mm-hmm.
No, right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because we're all trying to do our best.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and you got people, it's their first book, right? They've never done this before. And, maybe they still have a lot to learn. And so you're disappointed. It's different than like reveling in the fact that somebody like, slipped and face planted, right? Yeah. So when you're talking shit about people, and there's a difference between talking shit and just, kibitzing and just sharing information and
the one thing I'll say about what you just mentioned though is, like, even if their book didn't turn out great, like, I have mad respect for somebody who got their book out.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of indie creators. There's a lot of guys that want to do comic books that, like, they're busting their ass all the time or talking about it. I've got this idea. I've got that idea. Even if their book didn't turn out great, I have huge respect for somebody who got their book out, put their work out there, even if it didn't turn out the best. Those guys did it.
It's like
I listened to so many people like talk about this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do. Like this guy went all the way through, spent his own money, blood, sweat, and tears, got his book out. Maybe it's not the best thing, but he did it, and he's still going to be proud. And guess what? This next thing that he does, hopefully it's going to be a little bit better because he learned.
Exactly.
Like that's just like doing something wrong and not doing the greatest thing is the best way to learn how to do it better the next time. And
amen to that, man.
So Like, there's so many creators. Like, I remember being at shows and people bringing up, like, folded up, stapled, like, they put these together by hand. They went to the Kinko's. They like photocopied stuff.
Yeah.
But dude loves comics. Dude loves drawing. And, like, I would sit and, I love talking to those guys because they loved comic books. And, like, I was that dude, like, who was drawing on 8x11 paper with an ink pen and trying to make a comic when I was, like, 11 years old. So, like, I love those guys. Like, they're they're the heart of comics. So, and
amen,
brother. It's just like, like, those guys are out there doing it. So it's awesome.
And when people are dicks to those people, I heard a story about Mark Wade the other day from a fellow creator. Right? And this guy, everybody has a story about Mark Wade. I don't have a story about Mark Wade. Me neither.
I do.
Please share after.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So this guy, he's a fellow CG creator, was exactly one of those dudes that you're talking about, right? And so he gets it. His project. He gets it into Mark Wade's hands, right? Later, he or immediately afterwards, because this is like when Mark Wade is on his way out of the convention, and he's like, "Okay, now or never," right? You know what he sees when he leaves the convention center, or I think steps out into the hallway? He sees Mark Wade literally throw it in a dumpster.
Oh
yeah, no.
What an 100%. Asshole!
Not even a surprise.
See, Clint, you understand that if somebody gives you something like that, that's that person's dream.
Yes.
Tread lightly, because you tread on my dreams.
Like that. Like, I can tell you, every editor hates when you hand them, like, a printed, like, portfolio thing. Like, here, take this back to your office. I don't want to carry this. Like, they're literally thinking about, how can I get back to my hotel room and my airport and get back to the office without dealing with all this shit. They don't want to look at your stuff. They don't want to carry anything. Mark Wade looked at that thing and was like,
that is so crazy to me, because I'm like the opposite.
I know.
That is literally the mentality of most editors and comic pros.
That's
despicable.
Crazy. I keep literally everything people give me. I keep it because it means something to them. It means something to me that they wanted me to have it. Don't worry, you guys. When we had the CG convention, y'all can bring me art and books and stuff like that, and I will keep every single bit of it forever until the day I die.
Amen.
And if you're in Southern California and you go to LA Con, find me at the table, bring me everything. I will be happy to look at whatever you bring. You know what I mean?
Amen.
And hallelujah, conventions are coming back, and I do have my table already. I've already paid for the deposit. It was expensive as hell. But
what con are you doing?
LA Con. It's LA Comic Con. It's
nice.
It's the first one of that's coming back. The first real Comic Con coming back to California.
Wow.
Oh wow! When is that going?
That's December 13, that weekend, somewhere in there.
This year?
Wow.
This year, this December.
That is
insane.
That is so awesome. I'm so bummed about Dragon Con, you guys. I could almost cry about that. I was gonna get to sit with Billy.
Awesome.
Hanging out on on a panel together and everything, and questions and answers and stuff. So sad, y'all. And Jabba, I want there to be corn in it. So
oh man, you're the best.
Make it perfect, Jabba.
Oh wow.
And I shall keep it forever.
Oh God. You'll have it shellacked or something. Oh God.
It's a good job heard, y'all.
By the time it gets to her, it'll be dry. It won't matter anymore.
There you go. Clint, your Mark Wade story, sir.
It's not it was at the old what was it, the Hyatt in Rosemont, when they would do Chicago cons before it was Wizard World, I believe.
Okay.
There was there was a bar down in the lobby that was the party bar after the show, and like
Right.
literally everybody, like Wizard World would have. This was still Marvel and DC were out in New York, and they would hit because Chicago Con was the big Midwestern convention, so like everyone would be there. This was the early to mid '90s, so comics was like going. It was printing money, like Image
Right.
was just going, like, and that show was huge. So like literally every comic pro and editor you knew would be down in that convention. Well, for some reason, at the same weekend, I think there was like some sort of Chicago Muslim get together at the same venue. And so they were all down there too. So there was, a lot of Muslim people, and you could differentiate between them and the comic book people.
Well, they wouldn't be drinking for one thing, right?
Yeah, like they were just, and I like when I say Muslim, I don't know exactly what it was, but that's what it looked like.
Right.
And so like there was like two guys walking in, and they were from that group, and they were, I don't even remember exactly how it was, but like I'm walking in, and like Mark Waid is behind me, and he gets into it with the two of them, and it gets like ugly real fast.
What?
And it was like after this, then I heard like, oh, temper, he's got a temper, and all this stuff, and I think all of that has played out throughout the years. So don't quote me on this because it's probably 20 years ago, but yeah, it was like I was face first to like seeing the temper there, and it's like, oh,
Wow.
all right, that's really ugly and awkward really fast. So.
Wow. Well, I know he threw a stapler at Joe Sacco's head. Joe Sacco, he's like he's a comic book artist journalist. In other words, he travels around the world, goes to war zones, you name it, right? And instead of bringing a camera, he brings a pad and pencil and just sketches, like whatever it is that he sees, or it sketches the people that he interviews and so on and so forth. And he was sharing an office with Mark Waid, and evidently he had like bent down to pick something up, and a stapler, not like one of like the new ones, like the little like not like one of these little plastic ones, but one of the old school heavy duty, like the metal ones, they're like heavy, but
like those big, like the school ones.
The school ones, yeah. Right over his head, embedded itself in the wall.
I would have kicked him. Even if it had missed me, I would have gone up and kicked him square in the dick. I'm not joking. I would have been like,
seriously.
Hell no. I bet he's the kind of guy, though, that when he doesn't get his way, I bet he throws himself on the floor and like pounds his little hands.
Actually, he also said that he saw Mark Waid curled up on the floor crying.
Oh, but that's sad that he's.
It is,
Fuck him.
Exactly, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. But that is kind of sad. Obviously, if he's like curling up fetal position on the floor, something, there's wires not connected.
Exactly.
But he's an asshole. It's hard to feel sorry for him because he's such an asshole.
He makes it very difficult to feel sorry for him.
Difficult,
There's enough stories out there about him that you just know, like,
tons.
Dude, he's not wired right.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah, and I can, I can have sympathy for that. At the same time, it's like, you know what, dude? If you've got those kinds of problems, you might at least want to try get some fucking help.
Right?
He might be bipolar,
I'm sure he doesn't think there's anything wrong with him.
Exactly.
I think he thinks the world revolves around his head, his bald orange head. No offense, Brian.
He's such a douche. Oh man, I used to have long, luxurious hair back in my punk rock.
I know, it's still party in the back there. It's still
what's a COVID do? I got my hair cut real short right before the lockdown.
Oh, nice.
Getting a little bit of an ape drape.
Eric wants to know when LA Comic Con is. I just looked it up. The dates are 12/11 to 12/13, which is kind of a cool little date range. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
Because 12/12 is in the middle there. You know what I mean? And if you need the URL, it is comicconla.com. pretty easy
Loading
to
it up
find.
right now. Loading it up right now.
I wish I lived near you guys so I could go. But and with it be, I would fly, but it's right at Christmas time, and at Christmas time I'm broke. I'm broke
Everybody is.
Since I've had kids.
Except people that are going to the Comic-Con to do their Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I'm all bummed out because there's no Chiller convention this year, which is like the largest horror convention in the country, and it's always like in New Jersey, which is like very, very close to me.
LA Comic-Con actually features horror and other stuff like that too. They don't just do comics; they have movies and other stuff as well. But but it is a Comic-Con. Right.
C2E2 was a convention I had a great time at, which was in Chicago. Oh man, I love that convention. Was looking forward to doing that again this year. Wanted to do East Coast Comic Con, which is great because that's like specifically about comics. Like they make a point to make it like this is a comic con, you know. Whereas like the New York Comic Con, it's become more like the San Diego Con, which is to say it's become less and less about comics, and the tables are getting more and more and more expensive.
Yeah.
And it's at the Javits Center, which is the worst.
I have a goal of getting a copy of Captain Love into Kevin Smith's hands. If I can do that.
Oh, dude.
You gotta record.
He'll be there. He'll be there. You know he'll be there.
Yes,
he'll be there.
Walking around and show. I love when people do that when they're like at a convention or something. Tug does it all the time when he goes to stuff and he's like walking around like talking and you can see everything. It's so cool because like I get to see it and I can't be there. So
yeah, I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to do because I still have to find somebody to work the booth with me. I know she's probably too busy, but I'm gonna try and see if I can get Sparkle to do it because she's really good with people, and you know she's really good attention getter. So and she's also she's also familiar with LA, so because you know what I mean. So
that's good.
Yeah, so it would make sense. And you know, and we get along, and we've done road trips together and this kind of stuff. We've done cons together, so it's like this. She would be my first choice right now, but she's really busy with a lot of shit these days. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So she may not be able to do it. And then so I got to find somebody because I get 2 passes. You know, obviously there's 2 seats. 2 people got to work the booth because if somebody's got to pee, you know what I mean. Somebody's got to watch the booth. You know, so I probably won't get a whole lot of chance to walk around and stuff like that. But it is one of my goals to like because. Even if like I don't even care if he promotes it or anything like that, but Captain Love's a fucking good fucking book. It's got a great story, it's a great concept or whatever. Kevin Smith is a true comic book connoisseur, even though people call him a sellout and all that kind of shit. And whatever. He's still truly a comic book connoisseur.
He's one of us.
Yes, he's one of us. I get that book in his hands. He's gonna remember it. He's probably going to talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't expect it to go anywhere, but it's like if I was to just randomly name a celebrity who's a big comic book fan, you know what I mean? It's like Seth Rogen would be another choice. You know what I mean? If he's there, I would love to get a fucking book in Seth Rogen's hands.
What about Eminem?
Eminem, I would love to do that, but you know what I mean. But again, it's like I'm not sure he's like that hardcore, like Kevin Smith or like Seth Rogen.
Eminem is a big comic book guy. He's really you wouldn't think it, but he's really into comic books.
Like I know the lead guitar player from Tool is
really.
I mean? Yeah, because when they came to town, he went to the comic book shop and pretty much they like shut it down so he could hang out there for the day before the show.
I used to have a Tool t-shirt. I wore it in high school, but I was a poser. I didn't like Tool. But I had the t-shirt. I had the Grateful Dead too, though, because of the Grateful Dead bears. I thought they were cute, but I only like one song by them.
Which one?
Touch of Grey.
That's one of their later ones. Okay.
Yep. You want to hear a real sob story? A really sob convention story? 2015 it was all about The Walking Dead. My table at in Independence Alley was always the busiest. It was a corner table. It was in a great spot, and we ruled Independence Alley and sold out 300 copies in like 2 days. Like ran out of comics the second day, right? And I like to think the reason why we ruled Independence Alley is because, that my book is a great book, but I gotta keep it real. We were the only book there that didn't have zombies in it. That wasn't a zombie book, right? So I think that I got to keep it real. It's I think that had something to do with it. But anyway,
you know what? I have a question for you, man. I hope
sir.
I didn't make a mistake. I had the option to get a corner booth for an extra $150.
Yes,
but I didn't take it. I didn't. But it was an extra $150. It was a corner booth.
It.
Well,
Yeah,
see if you can still finagle that, brother. See if you can still finagle that.
I could probably
see if you can, man. I'm telling you.
The thing is like there's only one of me to go around. You know what I mean?
Still
Just
visibility, traffic, dude. Seriously,
Artist Alley is all about traffic.
It's a small press. I'm not an Artist Alley. I'm in small press. I'm in a little better.
Doesn't matter if you're a vendor. Yeah. Doesn't matter where you are. It's all, dude.
Just the walking paths.
That $150 that will pay for itself like in an hour. But anyway, so this convention was all about The Walking Dead, and Frank Darabont had just kind of like made a deal because they had fired him from his own show, and so there was going to be a big like panel and everything, and I had gone to the Bandai booth to get some toys for my friend Charles's son, right? Because he loves like Godzilla and Grandizer and all this Japanese stuff. So and with my pass, and I felt like a dick about this, but if you had like a vendor's pass or like if you had a table, you could use your pass to get to the front of the line. Right, so I had to like apologize to all these people. It's like it's not for me. It's for my. I felt so guilty, right? It's for my friend's son. Of course, I had to get something for myself too. But
of course,
on the way back, who do I walk right past? Frank Darabont.
Huh.
Frank Darabont. We're talking about Shawshank Redemption. Frank Darabont.
Oh, okay, yes.
Walking Dead. The guy, he's the one who bought the rights to the comic. He's the guy who did the first season, which was so successful they fired him from his own show. Right? And so I walk right past him, and I recognize him because I've seen him in a cameo in a John Carpenter movie, John Carpenter's Vampires, right? Because evidently he and John Carpenter are friends, and like Carpenter likes to like give him like cameos, right? Mm-hmm. And so I walk right past him, and I don't have any comics with me. So I could have gone, "Oh, hey Frank, what's up, brother? Here's your next project," right? Or just say, "Hey, want a free comic?" Right? So that's the other thing I would recommend. And this is the thing: when we're gearing up, when the conventions come back, which hopefully will be next year, those of us who have experience with conventions need to get together, and we need to start doing like little online workshops to help other creators that haven't done conventions yet.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Right? And
there's a lot of mistakes you can make, and a lot of money you can waste.
Yep.
And there's certain things that pay off way better than others, and sometimes it's just having that little bit of knowledge of having done it before. You can save.
Absolutely.
You can save somebody who it's their first time. You can save them a ton of money, and just have a great, way better experience. That's a great idea.
And well, look, this is what CG is all about, right? We're all about uplifting each other. We're all about sharing information. That's what I love about this community, right? Mm-hmm. It's friggin' just, positive. There's so much negative crap in the world these days. Come here, it's just positive. But like one of the things I learned from that experience was, as you're going through the convention, make sure you got copies of your damn comic with you, right? So you can't just go, "Oh, hey, Frank Darabont, yeah, what's up?" and give them a comic book. And let me tell you,
have your name and all your contact information printed right on the inside cover, where a editor can look at it just as easy as they have it to be the biggest thing on there.
Absolutely, and we have like a Alamo Yonkers, which is like close enough to the city where we were getting before the COVID amazing guests, like filmmakers that I've idolized like since I was a child. I got a chance to meet, right? And every time I gave them a copy of my comic, they always looked happy. I mean, first I would ask them like, "Do you like comic books?" Almost always they were like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, here's my comic. I've enjoyed your movies. I've enjoyed your stuff. Here's my stuff." So yeah, like that would be one of the things I would recommend. But that always make sure you got copies of your book with you, Drew.
Oh, that's
you never know.
That's not going to be a problem. I'll be lucky if I can even like get away from the table. So
I mean, you are going to want to do that though. You are going to want to
do a walk around of the show.
Yeah, I'm going to want to. You know what I mean? The question is, will I be able to? You know what I mean? The every convention I've worked so far, right? I got a short break to go pee, and that's been it. You know what I mean?
We're a catheter.
I usually try to make friends with the whoever's next to me on the table.
Oh, always.
But then you say, "Hey, I'm going to go do a 20-minute walk around. Can you just make sure that nobody walks off with my stuff?"
Yes.
And usually most con people like completely understand that because they're worried about the same thing, and then you can vice versa with them. So like usually unless you have some crazy nut job next to you.
Well,
like
I'm gonna bring
I'll have original art laid all over my table.
I'm gonna have somebody with me. So like if I leave, they're there, and if they leave, I'm there.
And that's all you need. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
I and I probably will do a walk around if I can. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. It's just it's just I from experience, I'm not counting on it. Right now I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm worried. Like I really thought hard on that fucking corner table thing. And I was figuring like if I didn't go corner table, I might be able to pick up on somebody else's traffic. You know what I mean?
And that can happen sometimes too. All of a sudden you're planted, but you can't count on who you're going to sit next to. That's the thing.
Yeah, I've been lucky that way. But Drew, if you can finagle that, still, man, definitely try see if you can do it. If not, it's certainly not the end of the world.
Yeah, it won't.
Well, I know it's not the end of the world. I just
it's worth $150 though.
Yeah, if okay, like for instance, like the corner there were corner tables at the convention that I went to here in Fresno, not as a guest, not as a, you know what I mean?
What happened to your nail, Mandy?
No, a damn cat scratched me while I was making a bed today, and so I keep biting it because it hurts. That makes sense, right?
No, cat scratches are always a treat.
Yeah, I want to keep this stuff with you. The liquid bandage.
Antibiotic ointment. Triple whatever antibiotic ointment is my friend.
Yeah. Oh,
cat cam.
Who dat?
She's attacking the tripod.
Is that Pepper Potts?
Yeah, it is.
Aww.
Pepper. Oh, is it Pepper Potts?
Yeah, it's Pepper Potts.
Yeah, she's a cutie pie. Aw, look at that gorgeous face.
I like her better than Gwyneth.
Yeah, man. Oh man.
In the chat, Eric, I will be going whenever the CG Fan Fest is. I will definitely be going. I know I'm going, and I know Charlie's London will definitely be there with Yan. So
awesome. Still working that whole thing?
Are a guarantee.
Love Charlie's.
Me too. What, love?
Yeah, that's I think all of that was put on hold because the whole COVID thing stopped everybody from doing any kind of.
But that's what Ethan is working on, right? Is putting a CG Fan Fest together, basically.
Yes. Last I heard,
is he still doing that? I thought I don't know if he was still active on that or not.
To my knowledge, it's still in the works. I haven't heard anything about it not being, anyways. But I don't get to see every single one of Ethan's streams. So, but to my knowledge, this is still going to happen.
I think it's a great idea.
I do too. It's gonna be so fun.
Oh
yeah.
Like I'm already like thinking of like little tips for conventions. One of the things you want to do: buy camping chairs, because in fact I think I have one of these suckers handy, because they'll charge you like $100 for like one of those crappy steel folding chairs.
Oh yeah, through the nose.
Chair, yeah. They do charge for extra chairs.
Would they not just let me sit on the table? Because that's
you're
really because that's pretty much where I sit, like on my counters in the kitchen.
Yeah,
I'm always climbing up and sitting Indian style on my counters.
I don't think their insurance covers that.
Meanwhile, for about $50, you can get like one of these awesome like camping chairs.
I got some of those
with a drink holder and a little bag here where you can put like some cashews or other snacks and stuff to keep you going. And they're just way more comfortable than those crappy steel folding
you'll be
chairs.
the most comfortable person at the convention because everybody's sitting in a folding chair and walking around like their feet are killing them, their backs are killing them.
Hey, actually, I know this one guy, when he does the convention, he actually brings a little like small recliner, like a little tight. It's not like a full size.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, he sits there and he actually works the table, kind of turned sideways, and you know what I mean. And
nice.
the thing, and it's on wheels, and it's so and it has a little arm thing.
So genius!
So because basically it's like an office chair, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a recliner. And so it's like he's there, lays back and then pulls it up and it rolls around, and I'm like,
that's awesome.
It's like I want to find one of those, but it's
seriously,
dude, I have found it. It's like $350. I'm not spending that freaking for a little.
Oh yeah, no doubt. More expensive than your trip to the con.
Another thing that's a cool move is when you've got people that look tired. If you have like an extra chair, a place for them to sit, you'd be like, hey, do you want, especially if it's somebody that is a creator themselves and is thinking about like maybe doing a con themselves or getting a table at a con, right? But they don't have that experience. If you say, hey, just want to like hang out behind the table, have a seat or something like that, they learn a lot just from like watching what you're doing. Right? So like at the CG Con, that's something that we could do for our fellow creators. Right? It's just be like, people that are just starting to dip their toe in, be like, hey, if you want to hang out like behind the table, because there is an art to, not just, schmoozing, but also it's good to have like little cards or something like that. So if somebody walks by, they make eye contact. Here, this is for free. Would you like one? Yeah.
Giveaways. I learned giveaways are essential. Stuff that you can just take this. This is yours. Take this with you. That is essential. And you did bananas, but candy. Yes. I'm gonna have candy on the table. I gotta figure out. Yeah, I got to figure out what kind of candy I want to have. I want to have it. I think I don't want to have hearts, for love. I think that's the wrong approach. But I got to figure out what kind of candy that.
Oh no! Do the hearts. Do the conversation.
The Valentine ones.
But order them. You can have them where they say Captain Love on them. You can actually get them customized.
Well, that's right.
I was thinking about.
Got me some one year
I was thinking about getting the little bags of custom M&Ms. Actually,
that
would work too.
Have Captain Love on the M&Ms. Yeah, yes, I was thinking about that, but they're very pricey. Very pricey. Okay. Yeah, it's 10 times the price for a single thing of M&Ms. You know what I mean? Versus like if you say if you were to buy a Halloween candy thing with a bunch of small bags of M&Ms, right? Mm-hmm. That's like what, $5, $10 if you get the extra sized one, right? Right. The same amount would be like $50. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you let people know also. It's like like for me, it's a very easy decision. I just put like a bunch of bananas there, right? And let people know it's just like hey, want a banana? Like don't feel like because you grab a banana now you need to buy something. You know what I'm saying?
True. Idea. Yeah. Get the smallest amount that you can. The M&Ms customized. The smallest amount you can. Then buy a big bag of normal M&Ms, and then when people get like a little handful of M&Ms, they'll have some that say Captain Love. They'll have some that say M&Ms, and you can kind of save some money.
I don't think they'll let us do the open candy handful thing. The whole COVID.
Oh God!
Fucking COVID!
All this shit, man.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna be sitting there with a
gloves up there, and like
The hazmat suit.
I'm gonna have to be sitting there. I believe I have to do the mask and gloves. I believe I'm.
What is happening with Halloween? Are kids gonna be able to go out or like?
No.
I was thinking about that
the
too.
whole state of California, there is no trick or treating.
But I think some places
So
are open
depressing.
though.
here they're doing it, but
I just thought like Chicago was putting out just rules. So Chicago is doing it, but they're putting out rules for what you can do and where you can go and stuff.
I think Chicago probably kind of has to because they don't want the street violence that could occur in a place of it.
yeah.
True enough.
I got my son his costume already. He's going to be the Hulk this year.
Aw.
So he has a mask. He's so cute too because he does it say, "I'm angry," and then so he's so stinking cute. I've got him with a mask, and I'm just gonna get whatever my little girl wears, whatever she picks out. I'm just gonna like bedazzle, try to make the mask match whatever costume she has. So I think she wants to be a cat. Last I heard, it'll change 5 more times before then. But I'm just gonna get like a black mask and just draw like the little cat nose and some whiskers and just try the best I can.
Halloween is sacred, man. Halloween is sacred. I remember when the Tylenol scare happened. Remember,
I remember that too.
Remember that? We did not have a single trick-or-treater that year. Our doorbell didn't ring once. And to me, like October was all about seeing like the kids in their costumes up against like the sky at dusk,
totally
with their bags, and for years it didn't recover. Like next year maybe the doorbell rang once, and then the year after that it was like 2 or 3 times. But it took a long
all the candy
time.
companies individually wrapped. You get the bags of individually wrapped. Like it all shifted. There was like right after that Tylenol thing. That's where everything was pre-wrapped individually. It wasn't like candy anymore.
It was. It's I have friends that came from England, and I was so happy for them because it's like they had this adorable little son and daughter, and I was just like, your kids are going to be able to experience Halloween. Like that's maybe like the one thing that's still awesome about this country is we have Halloween. Damn it! And their son, I had gotten him into like monsters, right? Like, and who did he want to be? He wanted to be Frankenstein monster. And so the costume that he had, it had like the flat top head and everything, but had a little space cut out for his face. Oh my God, he looked adorable. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So it's like their kids got to experience Halloween at least once.
Do they not do Halloween in England?
I don't know, Peter, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Though
okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
I don't know what you goddamn Englanders do over there.
Yeah, seriously. Well, we know it originally comes from Ireland.
Side of the road, and what is it, like bloated kidneys or like bloody kidneys or something? What is the
spotted dick?
Spotted dick.
What? Spotted dick.
What do you guys?
Does that make you hungry?
What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about lollipops with with imprinting on the stick?
Yes. There you go.
That could work.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, that could work.
Because they have a quantity 1,000 for 180, 2,000 for 360. I mean, I'm thinking that that's going to be a huge investment, but people are going to take those.
And they won't go bad. Like they'll stay good for a long time. So
it's just I don't think I'd possibly have enough. I mean, even if I had 1,000 would be gone. You know what I mean? I would need to get at least 2,000 at the LA Comic-Con. There's gonna be like 70,000 people there.
Oh, wow!
Damn.
What I never understand is like, how do people get their books there? Like if your 300 books that you sold that weekend, like how did you like ship those ahead of time?
I brought them in. I live right outside of the city, and I.
So you weren't traveling. You weren't flying there.
No.
Like people who fly into shows, it's like
that's different.
I see J. Scott Campbell at like a Chicago con, and he's got like a crate of books there, and he's got like 2,000 people in his line, and like what is the logistics of getting that amount of books to your booth? And it's like
it's a hassle. I mean, it was a hassle for me, so it's got to be a much bigger hassle because he's moving way more books than I am.
No, and I'm sure he's making a ton of money, but just to move that amount of weight.
I would be stoked. I'll be stoked if I can dump inventory like a madman there. Like, you know what I mean? If they're at a 70,000 people, you know what I mean? And let's say like, 25% of them walk by my booth. That's a huge chunk of money. You know what I mean? That's potential there. And I have posters, and I'll have, I'll have the first book, which I'll still have, a few hundred of. I'll have chapter 1, a few hundred of those. I'll have hundreds of the chapter 2 by then. You know what I mean? And I say hundreds, I mean, at least 500 of each of those, if not, because I have a considerable amount left over. You know what I mean? So plus I'll have, trading cards and all kinds of stuff laid out on my table. And I asked George, he said, I can have, there's a good chance I'll have a printed 3D model of the hauler to sit on the fucking table.
Hell
as well as I'll have a big ass standee. I might get another standee just so I can be obnoxious. And I'll have a big banner. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. You got to get your banner. You got to get your standee. If you have something that you could put like on a table, like this always got like a lot of attention, right? So, and, people would be like, oh, like, are you going to be mass producing those? I'd be like, no, actually, it's just a Gorilla Grodd action figure with like the custom hat and the poncho and all that stuff. But it was an eye catcher. Anything that gets people to like stop and look is a good thing.
I want to be the hot chick at the party. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. But also you want like, little flyers like not like postcard sized, maybe like a little bit bigger. I think I'm out of all those because any convention leftovers I have, I usually throw into like a package when I'm mailing.
I'm gonna do basically 3.5 squares. You know what I mean? Basically,
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm gonna do those. Basically, what you call rave flyers is what they are. Basically, you know what I mean? And then I was also thinking about like otherwise as giveaways. I was thinking about doing a special LA Comic-Con branded trading card size, special trading card.
That's a really good idea.
That would be just a gift there for people that were, you know what I mean? And then they would have a trading card that was a Captain Love trading card for free.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Convention specific.
That would be branded for that convention. And it would be and it would be dated and everything, and they would be like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome." You know what I mean? And then they would have it, and then you know what I mean. And that would they would have people that I'd have the website be on there, that kind of. So it's, I think that is probably like the best thing. But I still want to have just a regular giveaway that has just general information and promo as well. So I'm probably going to do both those things, like a custom trading card that's just LA Comic-Con 2020. You know what I mean? I might even put Captain Love in a fucking mask.
Why not? No reason not to. I mean, all of the cards that I've done, those have always been convention specific. Always had like the date and the show and all that crap, right? So it's and if you have like a bunch left over, guess what? When you're mailing out like the new issues, you can always just throw one of those bad boys in there just as a bookmark. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? People always love getting extra stuff, and why not?
Well, I mean, if it's free and I can print business cards and trading cards and postcards and all that kind of stuff at a very good price. I've been doing printing for a long time. I know where to go to get a high quality print, fast turnaround at a very good price. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So awesome. So I can get just a mess of trading cards. You know what I mean? 1,000 would be nothing. Is very affordable. 2,500 is very affordable. You know what I mean? And if they're free, I can see me giving away 2,500 very easily. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
Them all being gone, but before the weekend is. We're talking 3 days, man. A 3-day convention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And where all the convention goers are jonesing for a convention. You know what I mean?
Oh God, especially
nobody
now,
has spent
right?
nobody's spent their convention money all year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yep.
It's like it's I am hoping and praying that it goes well, but I'm locked in. I got a spot which is big. Just
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
that's
That's awesome.
Gonna
I
have a
mean,
blast.
and it's
I love Comic Cons, man.
I
They're
don't know how
great.
much to hope for, but there's going to be industry people on the floor. You know what I mean? Trust me, I'm going to have a copy of my movie script sitting there. You know what I mean? A few copies. I'd be like, oh yeah, you know. By the way, Captain Love has a movie script. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Another thing, and I can't emphasize how important this is. Make sure that you have fun, because if you're having fun and people can tell that you're having fun, your table is going to have this energy around it, right? And it's good, and it's going to attract people.
Yeah, I was thinking about bringing a little audio, video kind of setup so I could play the theme song in the background every once in a while.
What I would do is at least at the last con I went to, which was C2E2, was I brought my laptop and just played the trailer on there.
Yeah,
with the sound
at minimum, I'll bring my laptop. At minimum,
yeah.
But,
I mean, they won't let you play music or any shit like that, which is understandable. I mean, if I already had like music and crap, it would be just
but you can play. But you can play your trailer with the audio, right?
I didn't, because it was against the rules, but it still caught people's eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm not on a permanent loop. I mean, I wouldn't do it with audio, but that would annoy me.
Exactly. Well, that too. Yeah, I would drive you up the fucking wall. Oh man, and that song's enough of an earworm as it is.
I was thinking that, but I'm thinking I'm probably not going to do it, but I could easily dump that song onto iTunes and have a little scannable download for people.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is not a bad idea.
The little flyer giveaway. I'm going to do a scannable to the video. You know what I mean? We will be on Rise of Pirate King. You know what I mean? So
nice.
So they'll be able to scan to it and go right to the video on YouTube. You know what I mean? So
rock and roll. Everybody, apologies. I must boogie. I have a
happy birthday, man.
Thank you. I got some friends coming over. Got a monster movie marathon to get to. Drew, much love. If you can finagle the corner table, go for it. Mandy,
I just spent so much, so I just don't know. Yeah, I mean,
the thing is, you'll be fine where you're at.
Corner
table, and corner table isn't guaranteed to but it can be.
I'm just saying, if
don't kick yourself in the ass is what we're saying.
The corner table could be closer to a worse spot. Like it could be actually closer to the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't know.
Oh, you'd be pissed, man. You'd be pissed. I got a corner table. Yeah, it's right next to the shitter.
Yeah, I feel as though if I'm in the middle somewhere, at least I have odds of being away from whatever's the grossest thing.
At least the toilet, though, actually being right next to the toilets might get you the most traffic.
I was about to say that actually doesn't sound that bad.
I know
it's good and bad. Being near the toilet, neither being near the toilet, even if you're the corner or not the corner, you're going to get some traffic. But if you are like right the closest to the toilet, you're going to smell that.
Nose plugs. Or Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, I probably will have a mask on already. So.
There you go.
So you go put some hand sanitizer on your table, so people when they're coming out say, "Hey, I noticed you just took you a shit. Get you some hand sanitizer and an awesome comic."
Yeah.
See, you got to segue into talking to them because
whatever angle works.
Exactly.
Right? Whatever angle works. Yeah, just have some toilet paper sitting up there in case,
All right. Drew, peace out. Mandy, much love. Clint, a distinct pleasure. Once again, welcome to the community. And folks, I believe tomorrow that Mandy, your friend Coach Malin, is going to be having me on.
You're on the Jack show tomorrow, I think, right?
Is it the Jack show? Is it the Jack show?
Oh, maybe not.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but he said like yeah, I'll have you on like around like 8:30 because I shot him a message.
CG Presents. I said, awesome. Yeah, I'll be in the chat cheering you on, dropping them links, sir. I'll get them out there for you.
Oh, you're the best, Mandy. You're the
And
best.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Thank you so much, folks. Everyone in the chat. Peace, love, and soul, okay? Be kind to each other. See ya.
Yeah. Now we have been going over 2.5 hours. This has been fun. I freaking
Oh, geez.
I love, yeah. Mandy and everybody, you guys are all fun to hang out with. So it's like the time
It was a
can
good
fly,
time.
you know. Plus we talked a lot of fucking mad shit. We became degenerates for part of it. It was it was great.
I started a fire.
Yes.
Pretty,
there you go.
That damn thing is melted, y'all.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were coming back
really?
we were wondering if you were gonna come back with a fire extinguisher in your hand or something, you know. So
I've got one. I got it for my birthday a couple of years ago after I caught my mother-in-law's microwave on fire. For my birthday that year, they gave me a fire extinguisher as a joke.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
Right.
I had to burn that down. FYI, do not put a candle in a microwave to melt down the wax unless you pop that little metal thing that's holding the wick up. And do not smoke too much and stick an ice cream carton in a toaster oven to make the ice cream softer so you can scoop it out. Because if you just smoke, you'll forget and it'll catch on fire. I've done that too.
Mandy.
I'm an excellent cook.
Sweet.
Mandy.
All right, with that last talk of humor, that was a great way to wrap this up. So everybody, thank you for coming in the chat. We will and now everybody, if you have not, and you need to go and back yourself some Pirate Queen.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, that needs to happen. This book is going to be fun. You're going to want it. You know, it's just one of those things that if you don't get it, you're going to kick yourself later when you can't.
That's so true. Yes, everybody go check out Pirate Queen. Make sure you back that one because it's freaking awesome. Go check out Super Dead as well. Go check out Captain Love. Go check out the Incredible Gorilla. Go check out Comicscape Books. Get all the damn books. They're amazing. There we go.
Yes.
There you go. Yes. And Super Dead, I believe, is still in demand, right?
It is, yes. For a few more weeks. Pete's finishing up now. I have to give him some pages tonight. But Pete's finishing up. And yeah, then that one's going to be done. And then Pirate Queen and yeah, all that good stuff. I'm really busy. I got a lot going on.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. You guys don't split yet. See you guys. See everybody in the chat. We'll see you later.
Bye, y'all.